Right.
All right, the Hangout's on air live. This is podcast number 7. I'm your host, the captain.
The fake one.
Nope, not a fake captain.
You fake ass captain.
Real ass captain.
Fake ass.
Nope. You're,
FAKE.
you're the
Fake
fake
ass
rainbow.
captain.
Not Groot.
No, I'm a sexy rainbow. Get the fuck out of here.
You're too young to be sexy.
But I'm still sexy, so yeah.
All right, today's
Use
topic
my
is
age as an excuse. Conspiracy theories.
all right, which one do you want to start with?
Oh, there's a conspiracy theory that see Captain Man 97 isn't actually a real captain. He just says that because he wants to be cool. And you
No.
know what? I think that's a fact. That's what many people are saying.
Rainbow's
Wow.
not a real rainbow.
Everyone calls me a rainbow because they know I'm a rainbow.
I'm actually Debbie Thornberry though. Like for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so about the conspiracy theory I read on Facebook. There was a conspiracy theory that my friend sent me that you know how like some flies like they get inside your house and stuff and they fly around.
Oh yeah. This is especially true during the summer months.
Well, there's a conspiracy theory that like 70% of those flies aren't real flies and it's just like the government trying to spy on you or something.
It could be possible, but I don't understand why they do that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the government's already spying on us through our technical devices.
You know what's really weird has been happening to me lately is that like I mean I've gotten used to like okay I look at something then like I get it advertised like whatever but it's like I was at the Halloween store today and I was looking at I forget his name already but there's like some painter that they had a like a costume for him and I was looking at it and like I got home and that was like the YouTube suggested video it was this painter like I've never looked up anything about this guy and like I just was maybe on my phone at the store and I thought that was really weird. Bob something, I don't remember. Like I've been having stuff like that happen. Like I look at something like physically, like at a store or something, then I start seeing ads for, or like I talk about some like I think I had it over the summer. I was talking about that about needing like a dog thing, like a what is it, like a couch thing for dogs at my grandma's house, and like I come home, that's what I get ads for. I wasn't even at home.
Oh, can I talk about the Mandela effect? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the Mandela effect is basically like when a bunch of people remember like something being this way, but it's actually another way. Like the Berenstain Bears, like people always thought it was the Bernstein Bears.
I heard Berenstein.
And also about Where's Waldo. Have you guys heard of this one? It's actually Where's Wally.
What? No, it's not. It's Waldo.
You look at, because if you look it up, it says Where's Wally.
What? It does?
Yeah.
There's also
search
Jiffy.
Where's Waldo and then search Where's Waldo on Google and then on your right it will say Where's Wally.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
There's also people who claim to remember Jif as being Jiffy. You know the peanut butter?
That was.
Is it supposed to be Giffy?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like a. I think it is actually
people,
with a J.
I mean, some people pronounce their G's with J's.
Do you guys remember?
Yeah, but it's
Kit
actually
Kat?
spelled with a J.
Do you remember Kit Kat having like a dash?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do? Yeah, because it actually.
Okay, where's Waldo? Let me search it. You're right. It says "Where's Wally" like under the suggestions.
It's.
What?
I know. Like it doesn't make sense.
People say Waldo. No, that was another thing they had at the Halloween store. They had "Where's Waldo" and it's. I swear to God, it said "Where's Waldo" just today. Where's Wally? Why would it say "Where's Wally"?
I know. And have you heard about Fruit Loops? Did when you like? Do you remember Fruit Loops like actually being spelled like fruit, or do you remember it having like the 2 O's? Because I remember
two O's.
Yeah, I always remember 2 O's because they always had the cereal.
Where's Wally?
Because I remember it always being spelled fruit. That's how it's how. Do you guys know how to spell Febreze? Like, did you guys think it would be spelled with 2 E's?
I've heard that.
Frebreeze.
Yeah, because it's
Febreze.
actually only spelled with one E.
Febreze. That's what that looks like. Febreze.
Febreze.
No, I don't like that.
I know it's
My
like
Wikipedia.
it doesn't make any
Where's
sense.
Wally? But Amazon has where this is so weird. Like Wikipedia says where's Wally, and like it says 1987 where's Wally activity book, but then like Amazon is selling Where's Waldo. The Halloween places are selling Where's Waldo.
See, look
So
at
I
the
don't know if they
box. It
recently
says
changed
where's
it.
Wally?
I just don't know why like the official stuff all says Wally, but everything else says Waldo. Like Facebook, Where's
There's
Waldo?
there's a book
Oh.
released in 1999. It says where's Wally? It literally says Wally.
Yeah, I'm looking at like the images of like the official books, and like it says Wally, but others like everything else says Waldo. Except Wikipedia.
Here's an example of a game console. So I think a month ago, I believe, I came across an article about how you pronounce the first two Nintendo consoles. And you know how some people say NES or SNES? Well, it turns out in Japan, they don't actually pronounce it that way. Instead, they call it just like how it's seen, like NES and SNES.
NES?
Is
Yeah,
that the
that's
Famicom
how-
actually? Aren't they actually
Yeah.
the Famicom?
Yeah, that's what they call it. Oh, I mean, yeah, over there it's called the Famicom, but yeah, they just either but they sometimes call it the NES or the SNES for instead of just calling it like with like spelling the letter out. Yeah, I never even thought about that because but I don't even call it that way anyway. Because for me, if I were to name the two consoles, I would just either call Nintendo, like the first Nintendo, the regular one, and then the second would be the Super Nintendo, pretty much. That's for me. But to actually hear
Yeah,
NES
Super
and
Nintendo.
SNES, yeah, I was like, oh wow, they actually pronounce it that way.
What do you personally use as the plural for the Sega Genesis? Use it Genesises or Genesi?
Genesis.
Like if there's two of them.
I didn't even know I didn't even know you also pronounce it that way. But yeah, I just say Genesis.
Oh, even if they're collective. Like if there's you just say Genesis and not Genesises.
Yeah, I just say Genesis. Oh, Genesis. That's so funny. Or genocide. That's like three ways to pronounce that console.
I'm just gonna hope I don't ever have to say it plural. Just
Hey Ramo, do you know any other conspiracy theory you want to bring up?
About the Titanic, because there's a conspiracy theory that it's not the Titanic actually didn't sink. It was the Olympic.
Oh, the Olympic. There was another ship.
Yeah,
it's a sister ship, right?
because people are saying it wasn't the Titanic that sank. It was the Olympic.
Is there any is that just like people's memories different? Is that like Mandela effect, or is there like some reason?
No, it's another conspiracy theory.
Hmm.
I don't know like the whole story, but like yeah, that's what people say.
I know there's a theory. There's a bunch of them about JonBenet Ramsey. But there's this one that she's actually still alive and that she's Katy Perry.
She's Katy Perry.
That she's Katy Perry. That the photos that were of her at the time that they actually were kind of old, and also it's kind of hard to find childhood photos of Katy Perry, or the ones that you can find are kind of hard to look like her. And they think that she was like this child that was like groomed to become a pop star, and that it was actually some other sacrificed child's body that people actually looked at, and she was raised in secrecy.
This reminds me also of the Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory.
What's that?
Let me look it up right now. That Avril Lavigne of 2002 is not the same person as she is today.
Huh. I haven't actually seen that. There's another one that Amy Winehouse is Lady Gaga.
What? But
Yeah.
there's no way, because at first, I mean, people don't understand. Amy Winehouse had black hair, brunette hair, and Lady Gaga had like blonde, unless it was wig.
Yeah, Lady Gaga actually does wear a lot of wigs, and her real hair color is very dark. Like she's in a movie right now, Bradley Cooper, like A Star Is Born. That's like her real hair color.
Oh, I think isn't that supposed to be coming out, or is it already out?
I don't know if it's out yet. If it's not, it'll be out real soon, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are so many ones like you can find like on YouTube that are like this celebrity. They're actually like the same people. It's so funny.
So here's another one that said by my same supervisor was telling me about. So you guys know about the Mona Lisa, correct?
Yeah.
Well, he was telling me that Mona Lisa might not even actually have been a lady. It could have actually have been Leonardo instead.
You know what that reminds me of? There's another Mandela effect about Mona Lisa because people swear that like when they saw a picture of Mona Lisa, she had a straight face, but now when they look at her, she has like a noticeable smile.
Like a smirk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never used to think she had a smirk. I thought when I was little, I used to go to this restaurant and thought like they had it up, and I never thought she was smiling.
Because people remember her having a straight face.
See, I'm looking this up right now. Look like there's also a Mandela effect for not only the Mona Lisa, but also for the Last Supper painting.
Yes, I am here, you guys. I arrived.
Hey, Mario.
How you doing, Mario?
Great. What are you guys talking about?
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you read my message, Captain, and what we should talk about. I forgot. I think I mentioned this. We in Nerdy Game was talking about this on after the last stream ended about places, stores, and stuff in our area. We was talking about this.
We could definitely talk. Do you guys want to talk about that?
We can talk about that a little later. I want to hear about the conspiracy theory about that Last Supper painting because I think I told you all before. I actually took an art history class and we actually did not a story on it, but we did like a section about it.
Wait, what are we gonna talk about later?
I'm like different stores and like restaurants in our area and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, we both had a good. We'll talk about that later though.
Oh, look at right here. Many people remember McDonald's being MacDonald's.
What?
There's no A though.
No, that's. Are you looking at Wikipedia or something?
No, I'm on Google Images. If it came up when I was looking up the Mandela effect of the Last Supper. I don't know how.
Oh wow.
So what was it with the Last Supper like? What was it that changed?
Let's see. Mandela effect. So if I could find it right here. Alternate memories.
Do you guys believe in like a parallel universe?
Kind of.
A little bit. I mean, I've seen it on certain shows before.
I know Zach Coy did an episode of that. The parallel universe.
Yeah, and so did Family Guy.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
This is Starverse, the Forces of Evil. It's like my favorite cartoon right now. It's like it's entirely about.
Does it still come on? Does it still air new episodes, or did that end it?
Yeah, it's just taking a break right now, but it'll be back like next year or something.
Because I know Gravity Falls ended like in 2015.
Yeah, that's definitely over. But I think that was 2016.
Yeah, here's the Mandela effect of the Last Supper. No chalice on the table.
Huh. I guess I never paid that much attention to it.
Conspiracy theory. Here's another conspiracy theory. For if you guys are a Pokemon fan, Ash got in a coma. That's like the oldest conspiracy theory in the book right now. Ash got in a coma.
There's a Mandela effect about Pikachu because people remember him having like black at the end of his tail, but he just has like a solid red tail.
Or brown. It's like red brown.
Pikachu.
Yeah. Wait,
I always thought he had black at the tail. I thought it was black.
You said Pikachu has a solid red tail?
No, a solid yellow tail.
Oh, solid yellow. Oh yeah.
Because-
Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought Pikachu had a white and yellow caution tape tail.
Because people remember him having like black at the end of his tail.
Yeah.
Okay, I just saw something just today on Instagram. It was about Dora the Explorer, and it just said like, "Oh, I didn't realize that Dora was supposed to be a computer program." And then they were like, because it's like computadora in Spanish, and then there's like the little mouse click. Like, is that true? Like, is Dora like the whole show?
Damn.
Is it like a computer program?
There's always the mouse in the show.
That is interesting.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I never realized that.
Dora? Yeah, that's news to me.
Same here.
Wow.
Here's
It makes sense.
I mean, if you speak Spanish, yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, I never actually thought of that. Damn.
Dang. Well, this is not a conspiracy, but this is actually kind of shocking. Blue Clues is actually a girl. For those who didn't.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And Magenta is, I think, a boy.
I mean, they actually revealed that in the show, but like it went up so many people's heads. It was like, oh snap, he's actually a girl. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think all three of I think all three of the dogs were girls, right? Blue, magenta, and green.
I don't remember
And
green.
The pink guy was the boy, and I'm not. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think Magenta was a boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think I
Yeah.
remember hearing that, or that he was considered a boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
so
pretty
weird.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
when I was like 5 being very confused by that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they actually
Yeah,
said.
'cause he's
I know, right? Because you're taught like the boys of blue's a boys' color and pink's a girl's color. Like,
Yeah.
so.
and then green can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's another interesting fact. Elmo, the guy who played Elmo, is black. Elmo
Yeah, so
is
was the guy who
black.
played Barney.
Yeah.
Barney is the original voice of Barney, at least.
Yeah,
Not
and the guy who played Dipsy from the Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Wait,
The
the person who
Teletubbies,
plays
they really
Dipsy, the person who plays Dipsy, it was black.
Yep.
Oh, I did not know.
I mean,
that.
I already knew the voice of Elmo was black for like, I knew that for like 10 years because he was on Oprah in like 2007 Oprah show.
Oh,
But the voice of Barney, I was like, whoa, that was really. But he was that was the one from 1991 to about 2001, I think. So he's the older. He's like our generations, not the new ones. Yeah. Yeah, or for like our yeah.
isn't there a conspiracy theory on the Teletubbies?
Yeah, I think the reason why that show got off the air because one of the guy was holding a purse.
Oh yeah, Tinky
Holding
Winky.
a purse? Oh yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that episode. I mean, but why would that automatically assume that he would be homosexual? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Because probably because he's being promiscuous or something. That the only guys that do feminine things are promiscuous gays or something.
I never really thought about Teletubbies having sexuality, so
Right.
I mean, it was a preschool show. How could it have that?
Right.
Yeah,
There's
it's just
also a
like-
lot of
they don't have sex organs, like do they? But I don't know what they are.
yeah, you also heard about Ernie and Bert, especially as of recently.
Oh yeah, the gay theory.
Yeah, they sharing a bed. I think that's for real.
I mean, they've been saying that for years though. Like, I mean, I remember New York Eagle and Sharks fans talking about this. I'm like, it's been going on that long since like 2004 or something. I'm like, I didn't hear about this until like.
Does anyone remember Bananas in Pajamas? Because I don't remember their show, but I had the dolls. They probably weren't mine.
It
They
sounds
were like
familiar.
Bananas in
come on-
Pajamas.
Didn't that come on like Playhouse Disney?
I don't know. I just remember that was like the first one they were trying to say that they were gay.
Because I know it's probably like in Australia, so I'm pretty sure Sharks fan probably watched the show a lot.
Probably. Yeah, I think it was Australian. I don't really remember watching it more than like once.
Well, I know the Wiggles.
Bananas and Pajamas don't really sound familiar to me for some reason.
Yeah, I know the Wiggles was huge in this country in the 90s. Like
Oh yeah, the Wiggles.
it was huge. I'm like, me and Jack was like, what? It came before I was born. I thought it came out like after. I thought it was like after my time, and I was like, same here, dude. Same here because like nobody was talking about Wiggles. Like nobody like my age was talking about that show. You know.
I think they probably didn't want us to admit they watched it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we watched it every baby show except well, not the Wiggles. Nobody my age mentioned the Wiggles.
I did
Wait,
watch the Wiggles.
wait,
but
seriously?
Like
I
nobody my
probably
age.
did watch the Wiggles, but I was like 6. Probably didn't want to admit that I watched the Wiggles.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but I didn't think it was that old though.
Right?
Whenever I think of the Wiggles, I
know.
first think of the Barney Bunch.
Yeah, because the Wiggles.
the Barty Bunch, that's so good one. That's a good
The
one.
Wiggles, because they had the Wiggles. I know Wiggles were like popular in like the 2000s in states, like in the like. 'Cause I remember like the little kids in my church, like this kid that my sister used to babysit. She was huge to Wiggles, so like I remember the Wiggles concerts at like Six Flags back in like 2006, 2007. So I remember the Wiggles being big, but I mean, but it was like most of like people like Rainbow's age that were like into that.
Yeah, I would say it's probably like the early 2000s kids. It was probably
Yeah,
like the biggest one.
because I know 'cause I know when I watch YouTube videos, like VHS collectors, a lot of kids who talk about the Wiggles were born like after 2000. It's like, man, Wiggles was my show. I have one of the VHS collections that they loved. Like no, I don't see no hardly any 90s borns talk about the Wiggles
Did
in
it?
America, at least.
I watched it a couple times, but I was like kind of old for it.
Did the '90s have this show, the Hooly Doolies, or was that a show? Or
I do not remember that.
And I want to say this is not a conspiracy theory or anything, but there's a show on PBS called Zoom. Did you guys know there was actually an original version from the 70s?
Yeah, actually, because I'm from the Boston area. And it's like filmed in Boston.
Oh,
So, like, big
WGBN.
show around here.
Oh, so you got that's WGBN Studios, right? Boston area, something like that.
What would you say?
WGBH, like that's the same studio of Arthur.
Yep, WGBH PBS. That's the Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, cool.
Version of it.
Oh, cool. So you must have a lot of good PBS shows to watch since you're in that.
We have 3 PBS channels here.
What?
Like
Really?
Yeah, we have 3 versions just because it's like kind of based here.
Is one of them in Spanish?
No, actually.
Wow.
Well, they might have eliminated one, I think, because they kind of changed our cable a little bit in the last like 2 years. But it used to be like Channel 2, Channel 11, and Channel 17. They were all PBS.
Cool. Oh, nerdy.
Your Channel 11 was PBS. Same here.
Yeah, I think that was the Boston one. I think that was the GBH one.
Yeah, but ours here was like called KPBS.
So we had a New Hampshire one, a Massachusetts one, and then we had a generic one that was neither, which was kind of weird. 17 was neither New Hampshire or Massachusetts.
Yeah, I did never think that PBS would be. I would never know. I would know somebody that would have PBS on the same channel as I did.
Did your family use cable or satellite?
Yeah,
Did your family use like cable or satellite?
We've never had satellite. It's just been cable.
Oh, really?
We used to just have like before there was digital cable, it was just like before there were boxes, we just had regular cable. Then I think it was like 2005 or 6 that we got the actual boxes. But the channel lineup stayed the same. It just expanded. And then I think 2 years ago, they swapped up all our local stuff because it was always the same channels forever. And like still it's kind of pathetic. Like I can't find anything because I hardly ever like watch those channels anymore.
Oh, yeah, but nerdy. Since you're in San Diego, do you remember Carmen Sandiego? That show came out in the 90s. Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, I think I do too. I think I might do it. I think I might remember the show, but what I really remember the most is one of the games.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that show, Carmen Sandiego, something like that? I forgot what it's called, but
where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, it came on Nickelodeon too back in the 80s, I think.
Oh well, I might have seen it at some point, but what I remember the most from is the games, and one of the games that comes to mind is Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego.
Oh man, there's some good conspiracy theories, man.
Yeah, let's get back to those.
Yeah, what's another good Rainbow? Ain't another good conspiracy theory you found?
You guys believe in ghosts?
Yes, I believe in ghosts.
I think there's one in my house.
No.
Well, another one I want to talk about if MQG gets on here is one about the end times.
Yeah. Oh, you sent him an invite?
Yeah, the end times, the second coming of Christ. That we're living at the end times with all the signs going on now.
Huh? No.
Oh.
What?
Do you guys believe in like Nostradamus and stuff like that? Like all those like predictions?
I don't know what that is.
No.
It's like this thing that they were really building it up around 2008, I think, because after Obama was elected, there were all these people saying that it was this Nostradamus theory. It was just this guy in like, I don't know, like not medieval, but probably like Renaissance times. He just wrote this big book of just like revelations and these things that he said happen in the future. But like I looked it up and I feel like they're super vague and people can read whatever they want from them.
Yeah.
Like they say he predicted Trump and like I don't really. So.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the evangelicals elected Trump to fulfill prophecy. I found out.
Yeah, that makes
like what
sense.
prophecy? Like to have end times.
Yeah, the second coming of Christ.
It was something about like crisis. Yeah, I actually watched a person prophesize about the 2016 election on YouTube. It was it was a black prophetess lady. She was prophesying about the whole election.
I saw a psychic that predicted Obama. It was like, I think it was probably in like 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about? I know
guys,
Joe Hope. Oh,
what do you guys think about the theory about that? Like, there's like a shadow government, like we don't like actually like elect people or like stuff that they do. They're basically told to do it.
You're talking about a deep state?
Kind of.
Yeah, I for sure believe that.
Yeah, because like, what about the Clinton kill list? Like all these mysteriously disappeared people associated with the Clintons.
Yeah. I mean, they said Bill Clinton supported a KKK member, Bill Clinton.
Well, another thing is that you know how the news media and all the celebrity elite and the political elite from both parties are kind of just trying to destroy Trump.
Yeah.
Whenever Trump's doing something that involves war, like a bombing Syria or stuff, they cheer him on. Even the Democrats did. That they're more pro-war.
That don't sound right.
Yeah.
Why would you cheer somebody on for bombing a country?
They did that just to defame Trump. This is like the famed what can I say this? Make Trump look like even a worse bad president. Speaking of Trump, Rainbow, did you see Kanye West and Trump in the White House talking?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye must be one of the first people to say the word motherfucker in the Oval Office.
Oh yeah, I saw it on Insta. Did you see the uncensored version, Captain? I watched it on YouTube. It was uncensored. I was like, holy crap! He actually said it on national TV.
Yeah, in the White House too. Imagine a past president.
Imagine he said it in front of Obama. Obama would be like, "What?"
Yeah, or Bush.
There's a bunch of theories about all them. Like,
I mean,
I kind of live near, I guess, where the Bushes live.
Oh yeah,
and there's this church that it's in Kennebunkport in Maine.
Which Bush?
The Bush Senior, but it's like their big they have like a big family compound. You can you can kind of visit. You can see it. But there's this church that they go to, and I guess one of the twins got married there last weekend. And I've kind of been to the church. It's really weird. People say it's actually like a church of Satan, and they say that like Bush Jr. was like, it was like satanic abuse that he was put under, and that's why like he seems like kind of really spacey and kind of like out of it all the time. As they say, he's like in trances because he was abused by his father, who's just this like big Satanist.
Dang. Back in he was like 1920 something.
About that, I had no clue that they had one of the kids named after the mom.
Yeah, Barbara and Jenna.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I know a kid who dated her.
Oh shoot.
He's not like a kid. He's like 20 years older than me. But
yeah, of course, because they were born like in the 80s.
He was a kid at the time. I was
born like what?
He had to be cleared. He had to be cleared by the Secret Service because it's while he was president.
Yeah. Since you're from Massachusetts, do you hear about JFK theories about his assassination?
Yeah, there's like I've heard different things, but not any like really like compelling ones or anything.
Yeah, because they said something like he knew about Illuminati, John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that like they just say that he knew this or he was gonna do that, and that's why they shot him. Because people they think that it was an inside job that he was shot. There's also a thing that
because he went something about with the thing is he wouldn't go to war with Cuba or something. He went to stage this false flag attack in Miami. I think it was Miami.
Yeah, that would make sense. I saw a thing again the other day that I've seen for quite a while now, where they compare JFK to Lincoln, where they say that like they were like everything was like the same, but like 10 years earlier. And they say, but they were both shot by someone like involved. It was like involved with a theater. The person had 3 names.
Yeah.
It's not all of it's true with that, but it is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I also heard conspiracy theories about Lincoln, about his assassination. They said Lincoln before he was really like depressed while he was like, president.
I believe that.
Yeah, I can understand why, because you had a civil war go on and he wanted to put it to an end.
And they say he was racist.
Yeah, I also heard he wanted to visit Jerusalem.
And he said he was pretty racist. What? Like, I was like, dang. Yeah.
There's a theory that Bill Clinton has this son. And you can search it, Bill Clinton's son, that this guy that he claims that his mother's a prostitute and he got her pregnant, and they do all of these photos where they do him next to her, and he has been taking it far, trying to prove that Bill is his father, and they keep shutting him down. He's like 30 probably.
Yeah. Bill Clinton's son? Yeah, how old? Yeah, because aren't Doris like 20, like late 20s, like that? Yeah.
His daughter? I don't know.
Yeah.
But she was probably like a teenager when she was probably born like 1980-ish, something like that. So.
Yeah, because I remember seeing her in like Hillary Clinton campaign. Yeah. I remember
she's got to be in her 30s. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she'll end up being the House. Yeah, House rep.
Oh yeah. There's another conspiracy theory that Captain's not actually a real captain.
No, I am a real captain. You're not a real rainbow.
Many people were talking about it too, because I remember my friend telling me that he's not actually a real captain. Like he's just like a normal white 20-year-old man and stuff, like he's not a captain, but he changed his name to Captain because he wanted to make himself look more cool, like Rainbow, even though he's not. And so many people believe in it that they're even starting to call it a fact now. And in fact, I do agree that it's a fact because there's been proof that he's not a real captain. Like there's been actual studies and proof and all of this other stuff. Because I remember, yeah, like even Shane.
There's no gold.
Was talking about it too.
There's no gold at the end of you.
What the fuck?
There's no leprechaun.
There's bitches all over me though, because I'm sexy.
Yo, the roasting is real right now.
Where's your bitches? Oh yeah, they're away from you because you ugly. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
Well, this is not related to a conspiracy theories, but what do you guys think of Kavanaugh?
I have no idea right now.
But honestly,
he shouldn't have been confirmed though after the allegations and the investigation was over.
The fact
Yeah,
that
My
he's
I
still
feelings are within this regarding the Fourth Amendment.
don't really know what I think about him specifically, but I think there are so many people that have so many questionable things about them in politics that it is kind of odd, though, that there has been such like a media circus about this
Yeah.
one when
yeah,
it's like
Cat
most politicians are shady.
yeah, true. I
And not
mean,
only that, not only that, but the first accuser, there are people out there that don't even believe her. They just think she's making it all up just so that he won't be a Supreme Court judge.
yeah.
Yeah,
This conspiracy theory a lot of famous people on him, on Bill Cosby, on
OJ.
OJ,
there's
on
something I've seen about Tom Hanks. I don't know if it's true or not.
like yeah, man.
Do you
What do
guys
you
think
guys
this
think?
is?
Dave
Do you
Chappelle,
think?
one thing that Dave Chappelle said, I'm glad I'm not a celebrity, because man, I don't just the all
Well, I
stuff
just
they
remembered
through.
something else.
Did you say Dave Chappelle?
I'll say yeah, he made a line, he made a statement on one of his stand ups saying that I don't want to be a celebrity, man. I'm glad I'm not a celebrity.
Wasn't he
I mean,
won? Wasn't he already won?
he kind of was. I mean, he wasn't like on the cameras all the time, but yeah, he
He's not
was.
like an A-list celebrity, but he's kind of famous.
More
Yeah.
like a C-list celebrity?
Probably, yeah.
I'll say more B. Well, at the time when he did that stand up, probably like B list. I mean,
Yeah, at the time, but now like he's a lot.
yeah, because this
Now
is like
he's probably like downgraded to D now.
because this is like 2004 when he was
When
like
he had a show.
yeah.
Oh, so he
Well, the
pretty
one
much
thing-
ended. So he pretty much started being a celebrity long before the social media and YouTube art started coming.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
definitely.
He
He's got
stopped.
enough money anyway.
He started like around 2006 when he was on Oprah. He basically was like, I'm done.
I don't blame him, honestly. Like, if I was like famous, I would like rake in some money for a couple of years and would be like, I'm done. Bye, guys. I'm gonna go retire.
You know what
Don't
else
need,
got
like, a ton of that money.
Oh yeah, you
Is
know
that
what else I
enough?
found out? This is not conspiracy related either, but this is an interesting fact for those for like Kim Kardashian used to work for Paris Hilton before she got
Oh
famous.
yeah.
I was like, wow. I just figured this out like a month ago. I'm like, wow, no wonder. That makes too much sense.
Mm.
And not only that, but Chloe herself was also on the show before she got famous too.
What do you guys think of shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy when like they've done these things that kind of like are predictions? Like I'm looking at this thing right now that was from The Simpsons in 2000, and it was like predicting
Yeah.
Trump running for president.
Yeah, I saw that, and they predicted like some moment that actually happened in real life, like the exact time, and it's so weird.
Like somebody getting
I
killed.
wonder
Like
if Trump took reference from that. Like wonder if Trump looked at that and said, "That's I'm decided to do it like that."
They
dang.
predicted that the man in the mountain was gonna fall
don't
in New
think
Hampshire, and
so.
it happened.
They
Like,
did
right after
that.
it happened. Because I watched that episode. I remember.
Family Guy
Right after.
predicted about the Boston bombing right before it happened.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did.
and Family Guy predicted that Bruce Jenner was going to be transgender.
Oh shoot, that is crazy.
Yeah, because
Chris Rock.
then it was like something like Stewie was like, "No, Brian, he's a beautiful, beautiful woman," and then it happened.
Oh wow. You know what? Well, this is not actually a prediction, but it's kind of foreshadowing. Chris Rock foreshadowed Obama being president.
Oh, yeah,
And had
I
a
don't
state
remember
movie.
that.
was in that movie he was talking about.
Yeah, head of state. And back in
Oh.
2003, he was supposed to be the first black president, and Obama actually became the first black president 5 years later. I was like, wow.
By the way, since we have Al who's from New Hampshire, one other thing I want to talk about is that the prevalence of other languages besides English in your state. Because I think I read that New Hampshire's second language is not Spanish, but is French.
Yeah, it would definitely be French.
I mean, yeah, because
Because
Josh got close to
Yeah,
Quebec.
because in most of the U.S. it's Spanish, especially here.
Yeah, here it's definitely French because there's a lot of people that not really necessarily recent French Canadian immigrants, but like my grandfather, like he speaks French. His mother spoke French to him. Like there's a lot
wow.
of the older people still in this state that they at home they grew up probably speaking French. It's probably the greatest of silent generation. I would say probably after that few of them probably really speak
Yeah.
very fluent French, but definitely the older generation.
Oh
And
wow.
there's one town, it's the town north of mine, that it is predominantly French, and you can even notice it in the architecture.
Yeah.
And there's just lots of French churches, and
Yeah.
all the names are still French. So
Oh, Ali, is that more prevalent in like Maine, like French, like a French speaking, state, like in Maine, like parts of Maine, it's like very like
I would say
French.
yeah, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Mass, just all of it's pretty much the same. There was a lot of French immigrants in probably the early 1900s that just came down to work in factories, and it was just that they would have kept speaking it to their kids. So
Oh wow, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
What about Connecticut and Rhode Island?
there's not nearly as many down there, but you do have a lot more Italian immigrants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes more
Yeah,
sense
because
because
it's closer to New York. They would have
New
come
York-
in through New York. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
from,
yeah, but
yeah. From
Oh,
what I
and one-
remember looking up, French is the second language in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Louisiana.
oh,
Everywhere
yeah.
else, it's
Yeah, that would
Spanish.
make sense. I think the second one in Mass is actually Portuguese.
Oh,
which
yeah,
there's-
don't you have
it's not
Brazilian?
even that it's that widespread to be Portuguese, but there are a couple towns like Fall Rivers, like the infamous one, those towns are so heavily Portuguese, where like something like 75%, 80% of the population is Portuguese. So that kind of overrules all of the other places.
Dang. Here's another thing I found about Mass. I heard Mass also had British immigrants from that time, like people from like England moved to
Yeah.
Mass like, in the early 20th century.
I don't know so much about the early 20th century. There might have been some, but what it is it's just all of like the Puritans, because that's like on my like English side, they all came here in like the 1600s.
Oh yeah.
Like I have some relatives that were actually in the Salem witch trials.
Oh, because like I heard like they came back like around that time. I was like, wow, that's New England being New.
Might
That's
be
why
the
New England
Irish
has-
you're thinking of.
well, yeah, them too, definitely. But I know Boston has a lot of Irish people.
Yeah, I'm like half Irish.
Oh, so does your family have the Boston accent? They say car.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Wicked had get in the car
Oh, God.
over here.
Nerdy. I know it's definitely Spanish for you because you like near the Mexican border.
Yeah, the second language here is Spanish, and I think followed by French, I believe.
Yeah,
What about-
I think in Chula Vista, Spanish is probably the first.
Yes, in Chula Vista and Nashville City, especially, yes, the first language is definitely Spanish.
For me,
Let me try to put on this because I got it right here. See right here on my screen.
I'm actually surprised that it's Spanish for Mass, because I thought it might be. I think it's Portuguese after Spanish, is what it is.
don't you got Puerto Ricans in Mass? Like Puerto Rican?
It tends to be we have a growing Dominican population.
Oh, because I know like Connecticut, New York, Jersey. It's a lot of like,
Yeah, down there probably.
yeah.
We have a decent Asian population here. A lot of people from that, and they're more recent immigrants, like 80s, 90s, and still. But I like a lot of them
Yeah.
that are Laotian and Indonesian.
Oh yeah, I think for me, Spanish. What's interesting about where I live? I live in North Carolina. It's a lot of Mexicans that came to the state over the last like 15 years. They pretty much dominate. They're pretty much all over the Carolinas right now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I
there's
think I
tons of
might know like
Mexicans.
one Mexican family.
Like they all over the place. Like they're Mexicans that actually grew up here. That actually were born and raised here now.
Yeah, it's same with where I live.
Well, yeah, well.
Especially at my school.
Oh well, yeah. For you, it makes more sense because you're closer. Yeah, because you're in the western part of. So yeah, it makes more.
Yeah. Plus, our churches have masses completely in Spanish as well as a
Yeah.
reconciliation and other events.
Yeah, we have French masses still, actually.
I bet for Rainbow, do you have a lot of Hispanics in your school?
Uh-huh. And we have a lot of Asians too.
Oh yeah, because didn't you say Danny's went to your middle school?
Yes.
Oh.
And then isn't a lot of the other friends also Asian too, Rainbow?
Yes. One of my best friends is Hispanic.
Oh yeah, you went to a Quinceañera. I remember you telling me that when we first talked on Discord.
What?
You went to your friend Quinceañera, like the first time we talked in Discord.
Who?
You say you went to a friend's quinceañera, her 15th birthday, and like in Spanish, like that.
Oh yeah, that. I remember. Yeah, that.
Oh yeah,
Like no, two of Rainbow's friends that are on Popedia and in the Zeros are Asian, Danny and Grace,
yeah.
and I think
Uh-huh.
Kyle.
No,
But
he's
yeah,
not Asian.
nerdy.
Yeah.
I think I found a reason why people leaving California. Well, the reason why California, why the rent went up so high, why everybody's sick of California because of illegal immigrants. That's like
I
the
would
main.
not want to live in California. I feel like it's too overrated.
Well, it's not just that, but also, and like you said, it's also rent, but also, well, it's really mainly rent. I'm not sure if people are really worrying about the immigrants themselves, but I think it's really the
Because they
rent and
said
why
like
people
the
are
I
leaving.
mean, it's probably the rent.
they say the natives of California are like getting like they're not getting jobs because the immigrants that come here, the illegals.
Well, it depends on how many illegals is even here in the state, but going back to the rent thing, yeah, that's actually a true thing
And then
because
he said,
the rent has become so unaffordable, not just in San Diego, but all of California, that people, even the natives, are literally leaving to go somewhere else.
and I'm hearing that the immigrants, the legal immigrants, are like make up about like I think it said 32% of the population, something like that, like 1/3 of the. It was something crazily high. I was like, dang. It
Well,
make
when you look at immigration, I mean, you have to understand that California as a whole is a really popular state that everybody just likes to move to live at because not only do we have like nice weather, but we got nice beaches, of course, a lot of nice cuisines, all that stuff. There's like a lot you can do in California alone. Whether it's
yeah.
hiking or driving a boat or just like even going to out for a picnic or camping, and there's so much you can just do in California
Because
alone.
they was because
Yeah, I
man, I
know
was hearing
the most expensive state to live in is Hawaii.
oh that makes perfect sense. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
actually a lot of poverty in Hawaii, and I think people a lot of times they just think it's like some paradise, and it's like, yeah, if you're rich, it is.
Yeah, but is there like immigrants coming to Massachusetts nowadays?
Yeah, surprisingly, there's been a lot of new people from Europe around that I've been meeting at work. That they're from like
I've
England and Germany, and I'm really surprised by that. But otherwise, I would say Dominicans and like Indonesian. I've known a few Chinese people.
I have a
Aren't
fun
there,
question.
does
If you
Boston have
guys,
like the largest Brazilian
hold
population?
on. Can I please talk now?
Yep, one.
Yeah.
Sure, Rainbow.
Let
If
Lynn talk.
if you guys had to move to another state, which state would you move to?
Dang, that's a good question.
Do I have the
Well,
same amount of money that I currently have?
Oh man, definitely
I
not any. I would definitely not move to a state where it has hurricanes. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, don't move to where I at because you want to deal with a lot of we had 2 hurricanes
We
hit
have
my state.
hurricanes here. They're just usually not that bad.
We had 2 hurricanes hit my state in this last month. It's crazy.
See, maybe I want to see how cheap New Mexico is or Arizona.
For me, I don't know. I guess say Georgia. I would say Georgia. But
I would say Georgia too.
what about?
Yeah, some of the states like they're a lot cheaper. Like here, it's getting so expensive here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Northeast, man. It's like, man, people are leaving.
And then you have
I
all
only hear
winter.
people leaving Boston though. I don't hear people saying I want to leave Boston. I'm hearing people say I want to leave New York, but not too many people saying. Not too many people are crapping on Boston.
I guess
Boston is not much cheaper.
where I
though.
live is just pretty average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cheapest places that people are mainly moving to is either in the South or most of the Midwest.
Yeah,
Probably
South or
and probably the Northwest as well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the South and the Southeast and Southwest, like
Yeah, I think Idaho's the fastest growing state.
Yeah.
Be colder than
Yeah,
here.
both because there's people moving there and because it has a pretty high birth rate because of the Mormon population there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that
really?
makes sense. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
have.
I tend to forget that Idaho has a Mormon, like the Mormon Church and like the BYU stuff. I
Yeah,
forget.
as the second biggest, right behind Utah.
Yeah, yeah, but I know right where Rainbow lives at. A lot of people are sick of New Jersey too. A lot of people are sick of New Jersey. They saying they trap.
I'm getting sick of where I live. Like, I want to move.
Dang, Rainbow's even sick of New Jersey. See, this she proves my point. Everybody's sick of New Jersey. People in Jersey, sick of New
Like, New
Jersey.
Jersey's all right. It's not the state. It's like my town. It's like my city,
people.
I guess, even though it's technically a suburb. Like, I just don't like it.
Do
Yeah,
you live in a small town?
Kind of. It's like a suburb, like a
A small
suburb
city.
that I live in.
Okay,
yeah,
if you were to tend to live in a small town, they have like a different thinking compared to the city folk.
yeah. Same.
Yeah, because I want to live in the city. Like, I don't really want to live in a
Yeah.
suburb.
They where you say you born in Philly? Where you born in like Philadelphia?
Really, yeah.
Yeah. Aren't you like an hour away
But
from there?
yeah.
Oh dang. But yeah, I bet people from your state are leaving. I bet people from your area are probably talking about moving to New Jersey, moving out in Jersey. They're saying, "Man, I'm done with this
It's
fast-paced
crazy.
life."
Yeah, I would say
Everybody
people are
from
moving out to
here.
in droves is Illinois.
What?
Illinois. People are moving out of that. I think that's the most decreasing state. The fastest plummeting in population.
A lot of
Mm.
people leave Florida, and a lot of people from here go to Florida. Florida
I
is
know,
like
right?
half like people from the Northeast.
I know, right?
Like a lot
Especially
of
like
people buy summer homes down there. They're more rich people buy summer
I know,
homes
right?
down.
There's a saying in
They
Florida:
pretend they're rich. They go buy a little condo.
the further north you go, the further south you are, something like that. Because Florida's so.
Yeah, more stereotypical south. I mean, the more south you go, you get more Latin.
Yeah, it gets more like people because you get more like the rudeness of the Northeast. People say, "Man,
Yeah.
Florida." People, I hear people talk about, man, people in Florida are rude. People like South Florida are like rude. People saying, "I was like, dang." No wonder people
I'm to
don't.
be honest though, like when I went to last time I was in New York City, like I thought people were so much nicer than they are here. Just like in
Oh,
the suburbs.
I heard
Like I thought
Boston
people
are like the worst, most rudest city in the country.
it really is. It really
I heard Maine people from Maine call you guys mass.
mass
Oh,
holes.
oh God, that's pretty sad.
Wow, good one.
That's pretty sad. They call you.
It's like constant. It's pretty hilarious.
I mean, New Yorkers get crapped on a lot, but Massachusetts people, dang.
Yeah, well, I'm from the border area of like New Hampshire, Mass,
Oh,
and it's just like the joke when there's like someone like cut you off or something, and they have like a mass plate, like no,
oh yeah.
Like, you live in Manchester or Nashua?
no, I live on the coast,
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Manch,
Do you guys
Vegas.
like the states that you live in?
Yeah, the city I live in is okay. It's pretty good. I mean, the city's
I like California. I just don't like how the prices, how the housing is like high. That's about it.
yeah. If it
I
ever
thought it
gets
was
too bad,
cheap there.
rude.
if it ever gets too bad, Arizona's your best bet. I mean, not in Phoenix, but if you get one, well, I'm pretty sure Sedona is pretty expensive, but
Yeah, I know California's a flock and going in droves in like Arizona.
Yeah, if I were ever to go to
People like
Arizona, I would definitely make sure to have AC for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Like, I know there's some cooler areas of Arizona, like in Sedona or Flagstaff.
yeah, I think Scottsdale's kind of mountainous.
That feels like old people.
Yeah, but where I live, it's
I
okay.
know Unicornic has cousins that live in Arizona.
Really?
Yeah, I know her herself lives in Britain.
Yeah, because she said that her dad, like his like her uncles on her dad's side live in the U.S.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
but he decided to live in the U.K.
Oh, yeah. I mean, where I live, it's okay. We got it's a lot of transplants that come here. Like many people from like New York, New Jersey area come to the state.
But I think it's cheap.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like people when I stay also, I know there's one town in my state called Cary. They said it stands for something, but they say the word Yankee a lot about Northerners. People from the Northeast.
Oh
They
yeah,
call
I
them
have a
Yankees.
friend who used to live there. She moved from here down there. I think she went. I think they lived in the Panhandle of Florida and moved there.
Yeah.
And she moved to
Yeah.
Scotland and she came back.
Yeah. I mean, once you go to like the southern states, they'll call you a Yankee.
Oh yeah. See, I have family in Tennessee, and like my uncle, like he's from here, but he moved to Nashville, and his wife is like she is like like Bon Qui, like that's what she's like. And like my cousin, she like always come up here, like even as like a little kid, and she would just be like we'd be like at a restaurant or something, and she'd ask for like Dr. Pepper, and like they didn't have it. And she'd be like, well, in the South, everywhere we have Dr. Pepper. And she would like do this whole thing. She's like,
Dr. Pepper? There's no Dr. Pepper? Really? In Boston?
like you can buy it at like the grocery store, but
Oh, you can't buy like a
they won't have it at like a restaurant.
Oh, and don't get it started on sweet tea. Like people in the South, they love their sweet tea. They love them some sweet tea.
Of course, I'm not from there, but I love sweet tea.
Oh, you too?
Yeah, because my family, we always get tea every time we go shopping.
It's just not existent here. Like you have iced tea. If you want more sugar in it, you put more sugar in it. But
I think the sweet tea line is something about you won't get sweet to get to like Richmond, Virginia, something like that.
You Mason Dixon line and you get sweet tea.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Virginia. That's where you start getting sweet tea in restaurants. But do you guys like the Rainbow? You like iced tea?
Iced tea?
Yeah. Do you drink it?
No. I don't think I've ever drank in it before.
Oh, really? Not no Arizona cans? No big nice.
Mm-mm.
I drink iced tea all the time, every day.
Once in a while, I have some.
Wait, actually, I think I have.
An Arnold Palmer.
I think I have drank iced tea before. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely have. I don't know why I said I didn't.
It's like you said, you don't drink it often, like. Yeah, but people, but yeah, do you hear people talk about leaving Massachusetts?
But leaving Mass?
Yeah, like moving to another state.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people that they just hate the weather, and that's probably the biggest driver, other than it being expensive, for why people leave. But like it's funny for like as many people that like I've known leave, there's like all these people that like grew up here, there's all these people that come here and I think it's great. So I mean it's just like a matter of
Oh, okay.
Yeah, has the Massachusetts winter weather been getting worse and worse over the years?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've been having it's instead of like the massive blizzards with tons of snow, we've been having like other issues like ice storms and stuff like that have been getting pretty bad. We've been having flooding.
I know you guys had a blizzard one winter.
Yeah, I mean we probably get a blizzard every year, honestly, but it's just kind of the extremity of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just does not stop snowing like for days and days, and sometimes you can get more than like 2 feet of snow, and it's just so hard to clean up. Because like our infrastructure is so old. Like a lot of major roads still, like some of the roads into Boston, the roads like into New York from Connecticut, like they're for like Model Ts. It's like ridiculous. You feel like they're gonna break or something.
Like, what's in the Boston roads? Because I heard that Boston they grid system is like better or worse.
It's awful. You can get lost so easily. Like there isn't a grid, and that's honestly true for like most.
Which is kind of weird.
The cities around here, like my city, there are some newer parts of it, like some of the houses that were more built maybe after 1900 in the downtown area, those are on kind of a grid system, but like where there used to be like factories and mills and like the old downtown, like it's just a mess.
Oh wow.
We have like potholes. Like everyone who comes here just comments like how terrible the roads are. and they're very narrow, kind of more like how they would be like in England.
Oh
And it's
yeah,
just
because
like
they're
it
built.
just can be like one winter and they're destroyed.
Dang. Yeah, that's this between New England and like the Mid Atlantic states, because the Mid Atlantic states like New York and Philly, they very grid oriented. Like even though like people from those states complain about how other states have a grid system. Like 'cause I know like Manhattan, like it's hard to get lost in Manhattan because everything's numerical. It's like hard to
Yeah,
get
you just
lost.
like it's just being on the right street basically, and then once you know
Yeah.
what street you're on, then it's like no problem. But yeah, like I got last when I was in Boston, like it was like the day before Valentine's Day, I think. It's like walking all over the city, and it was so cold. It was like 20 degrees. And it was like the one time I think I ever met a friendly person in Boston gave me directions because I was trying to use my map.
Oh
I
gosh.
was so
Do,
lost. And
do
I've
you
been
guys
there
see
like so many times.
don't you guys got a
Still
subway
lost.
down here? Like the T call it? They call it?
Yeah, the T. Yeah, myself, I don't really like using it because I just don't think the city is big enough to warrant it.
Yeah.
Like I went to a Red Sox game there a couple weeks ago, and I was with my brother, and he was like, I have T tickets, you want to get on the T? And I'm like, it's a 10-minute walk. Like we took like an Uber one way. I was like, no, it's
Oh
not worth
god.
it. It's gonna walk.
Yeah. Yeah, because Boston's pretty small. It's like 20 something largest city in
Yeah, because like what it is where other cities like they would like it would just be one large city for the
yeah,
area, but Boston proper isn't actually that large, and there's a lot of the very close suburbs like East Boston and like Roxbury that they're their own
Subway. That's interesting. That's
city.
what the first. Yeah, that was Subway. So yeah, but I know Nerdy told me his city got like a trolley train. It's not like a streetcar or something like that.
Yeah, we have a trolley train, and then we also have a coaster as well.
Which I think is cool that San Diego has public transportation because it's so like spread out. It's like kind of spread out. This thing is so. I think it's cool that.
Yeah, I heard Los Angeles has the worst traffic in the world.
I believe it.
I mean, New York and Los Angeles like tied between traffic. Which cities have the worst traffic in the U.S.?
But I think New York has it better because they have a good subway system.
Well, true, but it's still crowded though. People from like the suburbs still drive in the roads a lot. And then there are parts of the city, parts of the like I know Queens, they're like big. I don't know, there's some boroughs don't have good transportation as others. So like people like in parts of Queens and like Staten Island, they have to drive to get to like work. So that's why it's so much traffic in New York because not every neighborhood has a good subway access.
One thing that
they're
is like
really good
nice.
in Manhattan.
One thing that is nice about New York is that a lot of the streets are like they'll have certain ones that are like one way, but it's not like random.
Yeah.
Like it actually helps the flow of traffic.
Oh my god.
Look around here, it's just a mess. Everyone's just coming at you from all
That's
sides.
funny.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm pretty sure. Oh man, I'm pretty sure people in Boston must get the finger a lot in traffic. They must really.
Yeah, they honk all the time.
Oh,
I was in this mess when I was at the Red Sox game. People, there was also a Bruno Mars concert on the same day as the Yankee game. And there were people, they were just doing U-turns like in the literal middle of the road. They're just down the middle of the road, they decide they're going to do U-turn.
Oh, wow. Dang.
Yeah, just turn around and do U-turn. Just think absolutely.
I'm kind of scared of driving in Boston now because, man, it sounds kind of scary.
I've never like myself like actually driven in downtown Boston.
So you drove like around it, like it.
Yeah, I mean I wasn't driving, but I was in the car. I just wasn't driving myself.
Oh man.
I was just laughing at something I found on Twitter.
Oh, what is it?
Jarrett.
Some tweet. It's funny.
Read it.
No, it's not the tweet itself. It's like the picture that they put for this tweet. It's like one of the pictures.
What's in the picture?
I want to see it.
Hold on. I put a link to it.
All right, let me see. When your mama used to say, "You will grab all the ladies one day," but
What?
There's a guy looking under the couch.
Oh,
okay.
memes. Yeah,
You can only grab all the ladies if you're a player, though.
yeah. Oh yeah,
That's
but
how I was in high school.
yeah. Oh man, Rainbow, you ROFFL. You were on the floor right now. She ROFFL.
It's so funny.
She ROFL. Yo.
It's not like you're being tickled.
Brian.
Yeah.
I'm
Dang.
literally like in tears right now.
Oh man. Oh yeah, aren't there some good aren't there all Boston has a lot of comedians like Bill Burr like that?
Has like what?
Doesn't Boston have a lot of famous comedians like Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
Bill Burr, that man funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of like a lot of
Okay.
comedians. A lot of actors.
Yeah.
It's because I don't know, you have to be willing to laugh here, I guess.
Yeah,
Everything,
but
everything can be like so serious. It's kind of
yeah.
funny that you'd have all these comedians.
Yeah, I know, cause I heard work like that. I heard people like in New England, they like very like serious about their work. They're like very serious about. They're very like corporate type of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
busy 20. Whereas the people like where nerds at, it's like I just want to relax and like go on the beach. I just want to relax.
Sounds nice.
I just want to
Yeah, people
relax.
basically always stick up there.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why people like leave states like mass because they want a slower pace of life. They're tired of like the
Yeah,
hustle and bustle.
yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah. Like Florida, for example, that's why some people from like up north go to Florida because it's like slow pace and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, like people, I just feel like you hear like stereotypes, and I don't know if it's true about like the Midwest, and like people are always like, oh, like help thy neighbor and like that kind of thing, or it's like, you know what I mean? Like people like they're gonna like bake people cookies and stuff like that, and it's like no, it's not like that
I mean,
at all. Like nobody wants
Midwest.
to
I'm
help
not
you.
sure.
It's cutthroat.
Oh yeah, like it's kind of like in New York, but like
Mhm.
I mean, but at least New York. I mean, there are some parts of New York that are like kind of like settled, quiet.
Well, it tells you a lot about here. Like I think New York's really friendly, so
Yeah, right. I guess
like
because
that's like
New York has a lot of
the
transplants. There's a lot of like transplants that come to the city, like from other like Midwest and like stuff like that. And
yeah,
then New
like
York.
people, there's just like no sympathy for you here.
Oh god, yeah. But it's people.
When I was in college, it was the worst.
Oh.
Like not really the worst, but you know what I mean. Like trying to make friends at my college was so hard because just like I'm pretty introverted, but I try going out of my way to like talk to people, and it's just like nothing. Like you don't have to be my best friend or anything. But, like I just couldn't even get anyone to talk.
Dang. I couldn't live up there.
Yeah, it was really kind of disappointing. Like I wasn't expecting like to like make like a bunch of really good friends or anything, but like I just like was sat next to someone in a class and like I couldn't get them to like say anything, or like you'd have to like work on like a project with them, and like I can't get them to say anything, and I'm like, okay.
Wow, that's sad.
Oh, since you brought up the word introverted, I know you're also so pretty involved in the MBTI section on the Personality Cafe.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like more of a mix between introvert and extrovert. Like I'm not completely introvert, but I'm not like so extrovert like the party animal type. Like I have a decent amount of friends, but like in middle school, I'd say like I was kind of extrovert because like I had a lot of friends back then, and I was back when like most of my friends like were still living here, but like now not some of them moved to different places and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
times it's situational. Like I have like no friends left anymore. Like everyone that I was friends with, like they don't live here, or you get older and you have like a falling out with them.
I know, right?
Like the
Because they
people that
don't.
I like they don't live here anymore. So I'm like I don't have anyone to hang out with. So I'm like when I was in high school, I wasn't nearly like as introverted as I am now.
Yeah, it same with me. Like it seemed for me, it was
Yeah,
kind
when
of
I
like
was in high school, I was a pretty much totally extrovert because I was going around hugging girls a lot.
oh yeah, oh Captain, you were our
Yeah, during
captain.
sophomore and junior year. I mean, during freshman and senior year, I had a girlfriend during those
Captain of the
years.
manhole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for me,
Were
but
you
for me,
you had like a
I'm more introverted, but like I can be extroverted when I like around you guys, or like when I'm talking to my friends, or like in my area, I could be like extroverted, but like
If you're interested like in something.
Yeah,
yeah,
same here. I'm
wait,
mainly
so
introverted as well. But when I'm talking with you guys or with my best friends or people at work I know, I could definitely be extroverted.
yeah.
wait, so Captain, what happened when you like had a girlfriend in high school? Did you still hug other girls? Like would she get jealous or something?
I had the habit during early senior year, but year when I started dating her, but I quickly died down because I started fearing her wrath.
Yeah. Oh dang.
Who?
Oh gosh.
Those
Like
Denver
what?
girls must be rough.
Well, it wasn't really wrath, but rather her getting upset because she was 2 years younger than I am.
Aw. Aw.
I
Yeah.
bet
Yeah,
You
you're
she
on
was
spoke.
a
some pretty
sophomore
high,
and I was a
Captain.
senior.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but nerdy. Is your area? Is it like is San Diego? This is like. Cause I know people. I know people say like I know people. I know California's known for being like kind of like You say Californians are pretty like I don't not necessarily rude, but kind of like in their own bubble. Kind of say like they kind of
Yeah.
like do their own thing and like and they not really. Is San Diego like that?
Oh yeah, like you talking about personality wise?
Yeah. Is it like Can you? Is it like friendly? Is it like can you talk to strangers or whatever?
Oh, I think it's 50-50.
Kind of
Yeah.
moderate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
because
read people.
there are times where I'll walk and people will like wave or they'll say hi or they'll say good morning. You know.
Oh
I've
yeah.
read people complain about like when they go to Disneyland because like that's another thing I'm kind of like involved with is like Disney fan related stuff and because I've been to like Disney World like in Florida like a ton of times and all these people that they would always go there they went to Disneyland and when you go there they'll say stuff to you all the time like oh like have a magical day and like for me like it's kind of too much they don't really need to do that. But some of these people they'd go to California and they were kind of still expecting that and they were really like almost put off by they would someone working there they'd be like yeah thanks dude or chill cool like all this California kind of speak I guess and they were like I can't believe they weren't all like formal and like telling me to have a magical day because I guess it was the California kind of attitude.
Yeah. Vibe. Wow.
Yeah, us
Yeah,
Californians, we are more kind of friendly in some way, and what you could say about us is that we're probably more cheery.
yeah.
Yeah, bubbly. Like, especially because I know the Valley Girl accent. It's like it started in like I think somewhere in California.
Yeah,
Like the
somewhere.
Valley
Yeah.
Girl.
Maybe like more like Central California, I think.
Yeah, they like oh my god, and like now everybody sees speaking the Valley Girl accent. Like every rich white person speak with every rich white girl speak with that accent now, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's become the Kardashian accent.
Since you're in the Boston area, do people in like Harvard, they're like the rich kids of Massachusetts speak like that? The rich kids in Mass talk like,
They don't, not really. I guess it actually tends to be kind of more poorer to middle class people that have like a very, the heavy accent, kind of the cat, like my family's kind of like
Is it like
that.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy?
Yes, it's spot on. It really is. And it's not everybody. Like you get people like younger people. You still hear it sometimes, but there's a lot of less younger people
Speak with the accent.
But as
Yeah,
far as the uppity people, they actually kind of tend to have less of an accent, and I have to assume that like the rich kids, they probably grew up like on like vacations a lot, and like they would travel a lot, and they might just sound kind of snotty or kind of have that Kardashian accent.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Would it sound like more Valley Girl? Because since like
A little
lot of-
bit, yeah.
so and since like Harvard's like pretty much attract like the top 1% of people.
Yeah,
Which-
like I knew a girl who I went to college with. She went to like some all girls private school like in the Berkshires in Mass, and I don't know, I guess she was like really rich. And she told us like this story once. She was like, one time I was in Aspen and I went to buy pot brownies and they were speed, and like that's what she talked like. Basically,
God.
It sounds like Lois.
like Kardashian.
Oh wow.
Basically, the rich kids they can afford better drugs and they just do a lot of drugs.
Wow. Wow. But what's some restaurants that are like in your area? Your area's kind of known for like stores, restaurants.
Stores, I don't know, like LL Bean, that's in Maine, but that's kind of like a famous one. As far as like, I don't know, kind of would be like seafood restaurants, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is this Red Lobster Maine based?
No, we don't even have a Red Lobster here. There's not even one at all.
Oh.
Oh. I know
It might be
Clarence
based in
Chowder.
Florida.
I know Clarence Chowder was invented in Boston.
Yeah, you can get clam chowder at a Red Sox game. They'll serve it to you. And you're just right in your seat.
Oh.
Yeah, like legal seafoods, that's kind of the big one in Boston.
I also heard that Rhode Island has their own specific type of clam chowder.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh dang.
I think it's kind of like Portuguese style. It's like I guess it would also be like the Manhattan chowder with like that tomato broth base.
Yeah.
I've had it like once. I wasn't really a fan.
Yeah. Don't you guys have let me see there was a Dunkin' Donuts invented in Boston. Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah, yep. There is a Dunkin' Donuts on every single corner, like in Boston. Like it's not even a joke. Even in all the suburbs, like in my like smallish city, there's I don't know. There's at least 5. Like we just got one kind of just like right down the road from my house. The place is like always busy. Like, there's never a parking spot. People are obsessed with it.
Dunkin' Donuts. So Dunkin' Donuts is like
They're also Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, there's no Krispy Kreme here.
for me. Krispy Kreme is from my state though. Krispy Kreme is from
I
North
do love
Carolina.
Krispy Kreme. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme is from my state, Captain.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're
there's
from my state. You guys ever had
Captain,
Chipotle?
does it always smell like pot in your state? Because it always smells like pot here now.
Yeah, there's a Chipotle here too.
Not here in Aurora, really. It's
Yeah,
more when you go towards Denver.
Yeah, it's well, it's still like not legal in New Hampshire, which is kind of weird because it isn't Maine and Mass. But if you go anywhere in Maine or Mass, that's like a mall, or you go into kind of like a like a busy like touristy downtown area like Boston or Portland, it just smells like pot.
Oh wow, Maine is legal. Maine weed.
Yep.
I'm surprised.
It's very kind of gray,
I thought
but
Maine
it
was like
is legal.
a red state.
It is, but
Well, so was Alaska, but they're one of the first to legalize it.
Yeah, well, the problem in Maine is, especially when you get into your more rural areas, is like where there's no cops, and that's just people. That's all people do, and it's just, especially in the winter, like it's cold, they just smoke pot all day, and I think they finally realized that it's like stupid to legalize to have it not legalize it.
Here's something I found out pretty ironic. So I believe that Maine is the state with the least religious population, but it's also the state with the oldest population. Meanwhile, Utah is the state with the youngest population, but the most religious. I mean, usually.
Want to know something funny? My cousin, well, she's like from here originally, but she lived in Ohio for a while. she moved back here because she said that God sent her to move, told her to move to Maine to convert all the atheists.
Really?
That's what she says.
Dang, she must be really
Oh yeah,
religious.
no, she's hardcore. And it's like,
Like,
no, I think you just literally wanted to move back to New England. Like, I think you just, I
okay.
think you just like Maine, and I think
Every time
you're just saying that.
Is your cousin the same age as you?
No, she's like 40.
oh,
Yeah, her kids are like almost as old as me.
oh, dang.
I think that can also be why you smell a lot of pot there. Maybe where I live is actually a pretty Catholic area in Aurora. We live close to a church.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I live, it's Catholic, but the problem with Maine is that they never got either the French or the Irish or the Italian influence that the rest of New England got. Where
They
other
got most.
places, it's very Catholic. But what happened in Maine was that they were a lot of the population were the original kind of English Yankees that populated like Mass and New Hampshire as the
Like be from
Puritans. And
like it's
up
basically more
there.
like the on Maritimes of Canada.
Yeah, and they had been that Puritan church. But what happened in like around the Civil War, maybe before, was that it just faded out into this kind of secularism. And it just stayed that way. Whereas you did get other influences in the more southern parts of New England. It just never happened there. You had Germans in the early 1800s, but they weren't overly religious either. So it's not that Maine is more atheist in my opinion than other places. It's just that it's very secular. It just faded out.
Um, but don't you guys not in Boston? Don't you guys have like don't you guys call your stores like corner stores like bodegas in Mass?
Like what?
Don't you guys have like corner stores like in New York? Like they call it
Corner
bodega.
stores, yeah.
I know in New York
We
they say
used to. Even right in my town when I was little, there were like actual like mom and pop corner stores. Like when my grandma lived downtown, like I remember when I was little, she used to just take me around the corner and we go to a corner store and I'd buy like a candy bar or some gum. And at some point, maybe in the early 2000s, I would say probably by 2003 or 2004, pretty much all of them had closed.
oh wow,
But
really?
but it used to be a very common thing just on every corner there would just be someone out of their house, they just opened a little store. But now we just have it's like 7-Eleven and just
Oh hell, because I
You have
know
you have a 7-Eleven in Boston?
yeah, well there are some in Boston, but just like where I live in the suburbs, just like down the road there's one.
oh,
Because I have a friend who has a friend in Illinois, and he said there was no 7-Eleven in that over there.
There didn't used to be here. It's only in the past couple years that we got all 7-Elevens. Because what happened was there was some other place when I was little. It was called Store 24, and those were everywhere, and they just were like this 24-hour like convenience store. And then that changed to this other name that was for a couple years, and 7-Eleven bought them all. So in the past like 5 years, we just have had all 7-Elevens.
do you
Well,
guys?
have you guys ever had Chipotle?
I did.
I've never
Yeah,
had
me.
it,
I
but
have me. Yeah, there's one downtown.
Not really.
Where I am.
I mean, I had it when I was
those have
in.
Cadobo. People like that better.
I mean, I personally like a Cafe Rio. I don't think you guys had that.
No.
Oh yeah.
You have
but-
what?
Cafe Rio.
I don't think we have that.
Isn't Maine the whitest state in the country? The whitest
Yeah.
state.
It might be.
It is.
Like
I
it's always
tried
like
to check.
white, something like that. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it
So-
is. I think it's 94% white.
Probably, yeah.
But I checked.
Yeah, New Hampshire's probably pretty close. Probably Vermont's pretty close, but there's been more immigrant groups. However, there was actually a pretty big immigrant group a couple years ago in Maine, in the Auburn Lewiston area. They were refugees off from like Somalia and some of those areas like in the Horn of Africa. And it's kind of unusual now with how white that Maine is that you will see these immigrant groups when you're shopping, and a lot of them are like Muslim. It's just they very much stand out from the rest of Maine.
Oh wow, that's Just think
It's interesting.
where I live at, it's being that I live in North Carolina, it's white, it's black, but you also have a large Native American population here.
Yeah,
There are some still in Maine.
Yeah,
And
is it
then
also like completely a Baptist where you live?
At least in my town it's pretty Baptist, but like the state it's pretty diverse when it comes to like denominations. Like you have your Baptist, your Baptist, you have your Methodist, you have you have a large even in like some parts of like the coast areas of North Carolina, you have like Wiccans and
Oh
so
yeah, there's actually a growing Wiccan group here. Well, of course, I live near Salem, so it's probably why.
Yeah.
uh,
Well, are you Baptist, Mario?
I grew up Pentecostal, but no, I'm not Baptist, but like, I have, been to Baptist churches,
What
I
about the
mean,
mega churches? Do you have like a lot of those?
in Charlotte, yeah.
Because
Like Billy
that does
Graham,
not exist here, like at all.
Billy Graham church, like it's in, like in Charlotte. Like Billy Graham's, yeah. If you remember Billy Graham, like his church is in my state.
Yeah, there's quite a. I think there's more than one mega church in. I think there may be one in Denver, but I know there's plenty in this. Or at least more than one. I think in the Springs, Colorado Springs, because there's a lot of churches from all Christian denominations down there.
I'm
Are
not
there
sure.
many Mormons in Colorado?
Uh, there's quite a few, but not as much as you'd expect.
Yeah, the one Mexican family I was just talking about that I know is actually Mormon, and I have no idea where this Mormon church is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know. Didn't Mormonism start in Vermont though?
What was that?
But Mormonism didn't start originally like in New York or Vermont, somewhere like that.
Yeah, they did actually. They had kind of left the Puritan Yankee group in New England. Probably because they thought that they weren't really religious enough anymore. Because, like I said, it was fading out, and it was just they kind of formed their own new sect, and I think everywhere rejected them, and they ended up in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen have you seen the play The Book of Mormon?
No, I would like to though.
Yeah, it's funny. One of the quotes from it. This is just a small spoiler, but it says, "I believe this is something from the Mormon religion that in 1978 God changed His mind about black people."
Wow. Yeah.
That's something that the Mormons believe probably because they changed the way that they treat them in the church.
Yeah, were they like exclusionary before that?
Yeah, I think so. There's something in the Mormon religion that God turned the Native Americans black as a curse. The Native Americans.
Yeah, and we also in my state, there are like a lot of Mexicans that have immigrated here in the last like 20 years. So like it's like 7% of North Carolina population is Hispanic. So it's grown a lot here. Like yeah, it's crazy how many like I live in a small town, there's a lot of Mexicans in the country where I live. It's like I'm like dang. So yeah, but Nerdy, is there a lot of mega churches in San Diego?
Most likely not, because I think religion is not really much of a factor as most people like to believe. Because I mean, you have to think about it. Not just San Diego, but California as a whole is more carefree. And yes, there are people I know that are religious, that are Catholic, Christian, you name it. But there's not really a lot of mega churches as you think.
I know LA has quite a few mega churches. LA does.
Yeah, I know Orange County tends to be kind of conservative and religious.
Yeah, they've been Republicans since 1936, something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting because it's not like it's a purely Republican area. For say like here, it does kind of switch back and forth.
Yeah, because since you live in the suburbs, is it lean red or blue?
It changes town to town.
Because I heard New Hampshire is pretty red.
New Hampshire, it just depends on the town. Like there's the town that say like the state university is in, that town is so blue, and then the cities like kind of right on the ocean tend to be very blue, and they tend to have a lot of the kind of rich liberal people that come from Mass. But when you get into you get a little bit further north, that it tends to get a lot more Republican. But a lot of times, I do really think it will depend on the candidate here. Like Massachusetts, even though they tend to usually vote blue in the election, that been having a lot of Republican like governors. Like they had what was it? They had like Scott Brown. They've had like Mitt Romney.
Oh yeah, Mitt Romney's gonna run for president in 2012.
Yeah, right now he's running for Senate in Utah.
In
Oh.
Utah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's bought a home there in Park City.
He's freaking rich. So
Yeah.
right
he
now,
doesn't- he
well,
was-
in New
he was
Hampshire,
Utah.
in the first district or whatever it's called, for running for the House, you have a black guy who's Republican, and you have a white guy who's gay, who's the Democrat, and then you have a woman who I'm pretty sure is independent. And I'm like, this has like never happened in New Hampshire before.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, there reminds me, people making a big deal how Taylor Swift is supporting the Democrats while Kanye West is supporting Trump.
That's kind of
Oh,
weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of
These
ironic
people
because
need to just not give their opinion.
I mean Kanye West. I mean I get that black people hold him in such high regard, but like, dude, he's like a rapper. You guys are making him look like Jesus. Like he's not perfect. He said he was bipolar. People still want to attack him.
I've been
I
seeing
wonder,
this.
I wonder does Kanye know that not all black people are Republican either? There's actually some out there that are independent.
Oh yeah, Democrat. Yeah.
Well, not just Democrat, but there's also those some that don't follow either party, or they just have their own views from
Yeah,
all
like-
parties.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
not. I mean, not every person is brainwashed for the amount of people that are.
I think the reason why Kanye West is
Yeah,
not a
one of the things I
Republican.
hate most is how people stereotype of being Christian with being Republican, which is not true at all.
No, it's not.
Especially among minorities. Like, ask a black Christian, they would say they're Democrat all day. Like, my mom is hardcore Democrat. She will not, she will hate against.
Not only that, but like I said before, the only reason why evangelicals support Trump is to fulfill prophecy. He's not someone that a normal Christian would support because he's committed gleefully all 7 of the deadly sins. He doesn't seem to be a very religious person.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks about God. He never said he repented or anything, and he keeps on living in this prideful, sinful life, even as president.
I feel like there's a lot of like very extremist Christian people that they go Republican only because they think that they can get anti-abortion laws and stuff like that.
Or anti-gay, repeal,
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Did you
Yeah.
experience that in Tennessee on like the Christian evangelical crowd?
Well, I read that actually the other day that Tennessee had more mega churches than any other state.
Oh
Wait,
really?
even more than Texas?
I guess maybe it was like per capita or something.
Because I know Texas got like Joel Osteen, T.D. Jakes, 2 of the biggest televangelists in the country.
Yeah, it was probably for the population.
But yeah, I can see. I mean, did you experience like the Christian extremists in like Tennessee, Ohio, one of those?
I mean, like, I don't know really any. Probably the most extreme Christian person knows like my cousin, like I was saying. But
Oh, but yeah, you said she lived in Ohio, so that makes.
yeah, well, she moved to Maine like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
'cause-
I swear it's just her because she thinks she gets stuff from the church. I'm serious.
Oh, because like that's kind of interesting because like like people from liberal states complain about Christians, but like they don't deal with them like really on a regular basis like people like in red states. Like we deal with the people on the far right more often than people like in New England. We deal with them like on a regular basis, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean, we have it all here. Like, there's a ton of houses like in my town that have like Confederate flags. It's really weird.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Of course.
Especially when Maine. If you go deep into Maine, you will see Confederate stuff everywhere.
I thought people in New England was wouldn't do that. I mean, I thought they didn't really exist that far north, the Confederate flags.
Yeah, well, that's like what all of us say here too. Like, we laugh about it. We're like, this was never a Confederate state. We're like, move away then, leave.
I mean, I could see it happen like in Maryland or like Delaware, like the Mid-Atlantic states, but not the New England states. They
I
were
know. It's
hey,
weird. I honestly think they're like stupid. Like, I think they just think that it's like the redneck mating call. You know what I mean?
do they
Like,
say
oh,
the
I'm a
N word?
redneck. I have a red flag. I'm a redneck.
Do they say N word? Like, have you ever heard one?
I haven't really heard it much, I guess.
Oh, because like
I personally, even though I believe in free speech, I don't think there's any reason to raise a Confederate flag. I mean, if you want to hold the rebellious symbol, hold the Gadsden flag. And if you live in a southern state that has a great flag like Tennessee, wave that flag instead. I mean, Tennessee has a great flag, you know.
yeah.
I think it's literally the redneck mating call. Like, they're letting everyone else know that they're a redneck. You know, it's like if you hang up like a rainbow flag and you're like telling people that like you're gay or you're gay welcoming or whatever. It's just like, yeah, we're rednecks.
Oh wow, that's interesting. That's interesting that your state would have a Confederate flag, considering the fact that the Civil War didn't really reach. I don't think the Civil War even went that far north.
It didn't. It didn't really go north of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, like
It's because it has nothing to do with the Civil War and has nothing to do with the Confederacy. It's just people that they're just being dumb, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you see about that where I live because I mean,
Yeah.
it's in the Bible though. But
That's the far right for you.
I mean, I bet when Notre Dame, I bet in like California, like Orange County, I'm pretty sure I see like Orange County, since it's like deeply red and that part.
You also have a lot of people that have the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, like for libertarian.
Yeah, the
flag.
Gadsden flag.
Like that makes more
Yeah,
sense.
I see that a lot.
And that makes
That's the flag. If you want to be rebellious, hang that flag instead of the Confederate flag.
like it makes more sense for that
Yeah,
flag
it
to
really
be
does.
Massachusetts.
But I
'cause
think
that's
they're people that are too stupid to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like to
You
guys
guys
Boston.
also often see the police support flags, the American flags with the blue stripe.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh man.
What are you laughing at, Rain?
You know what I mean?
I'm doing thing on Twitter. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Man. I love
Rest
it,
in
man.
peace. You can't be the coolest bitch ever no more.
Is
I am
it?
the coolest bitch. Shut up, jealous ass nigga.
Is it?
What the
Man.
fuck?
Man, but don't you guys say wicked a lot? Allie?
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yes, wicked good. We say it a wicked lot.
Um,
If you really want to sound like you're from Boston, what you say is wicked pissa-do.
Oh wow.
Wicked pissa. I don't even know what it means. Nobody really does.
Dang. That's
Awesome. Wicked awesome.
Oh man, don't you guys call us soda tonic?
I don't. I've never known anybody who does, but for like
They say that like
water.
they say like in Rhode Island.
My
I think.
uncle in Ohio always says pop.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because the Midwest they say pop a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it.
I mean, where I say soda, my state where I live is soda, but once you get to like South Carolina, Georgia, it's Coke. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, they call it Coke. Like that's
Wait,
crazy.
you know what I do not understand about that though is like you go to a restaurant and like say like you want like a Sprite or something. You say like a Coke and you say what kind? You say Sprite. Like it makes no sense.
Does your
Yeah, well, how
say
is Sprite a Coke?
does your family Tennessee say Coke?
Yeah. Typically they would just say like the name of the specific soda they wanted.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
my
That's
cousin,
like
it's Dr. Pepper. I have Dr. Pepper, and then they were like, we don't have that. Like, what? Then it's Cherry Coke. She always gets Cherry Coke.
Yeah. It is weird to say. It's weird to call a soda Coke though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
especially
don't.
if it's Pepsi. Like, 'cause
Or
people,
Well,
root beer.
yeah, like.
I also heard in
just say
Wisconsin they
soda.
call that water fountains bubblers.
Yep, I've heard that. The bubbler. When I was in elementary school, that's what everyone called it, the bubbler. Bubbler.
The bubbler.
I wonder why
Bubba.
bubbles don't come out of that.
I mean, if they're really old and gross one, like the one we use from the 50s, then yeah, they kind of do.
Oh,
When it comes to like frozen treats, do you guys call it ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Well, there'd be two different things, I guess. Like ice cream is ice cream, and frozen yogurt is like different.
oh yeah,
Well,
true.
I've had both before, but I'm just like asking, like, what do you guys call it? Just ice cream, or do you call it like some frozen treats or something like that?
We would call it just ice cream, but like if it was like specifically frozen yogurt, like at like a frozen yogurt place, then it would just be frozen yogurt.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
They what do you call like sprinkles? Do you just call it sprinkles? Because a lot of times here they call it jimmies.
I think
Yeah,
rainbow.
On K and D, there was the group, the Evil Kids. They call it the Jimmies, but number 5, they call it Sprinkles.
I say
Yeah,
sprinkles.
A lot of
Yeah,
times you would say rainbow
always
sprinkles, and then you would say chocolate jimmies.
Oh wow.
Like some people, the rainbow ones are sprinkles, the chocolate ones are jimmies.
But
Depends
Miss,
on who you ask. Though.
Al, do you call a sub a grinder?
No.
Because I heard like New England said out there's some way term they use in Massachusetts, like I forgot what to call it. It's grinder or submarine, something like that. I'm not sure what it's
Some
called.
people do call it that. I think it's kind of up to like the restaurant, just like it is with the ice cream. Like if the restaurant has like a menu and like it says grinders, like then someone might call it that. But in general, I would call it a sub.
Oh, because I know in New York they say hero in New York.
See, that's something else too. Like that's like the Greek thing, like GYRO. And if like you went to like a Greek like run restaurant and they called it a hero, then you might say, "Oh, I want the whatever hero." But like I said, it would be like it kind of depends on like what the restaurant calls it.
Yeah, because I know New York is hero, and with Rainbow is that it's Hoagie. She's that. They call it Hoagie in like the Philly, South Jersey area. They say Hoagie, so it's like wow, it's different terms across the board.
It is odd how like some things have so many different names and like other things don't.
Yeah,
It's so arbitrary.
yeah. Don't you? Yeah, hero grinder. Some states they say, some places they call sun shower. I know I know you've heard the accent. You hear the term sun shower, or like when rain the sun shining.
Yeah.
And some states say the devil being his wife. Like
What?
some
What do they
states
call it?
a devil being his wife. That's basically what people like in the Bible Belt say. When it's
That's
done,
really
rain is.
weird. I've only ever heard of sun shower.
Yeah. If you go to like where I live at, you won't hear that term about older people in my area. They will say,
What do you call like the beach? Because I've always just said the beach, but apparently it's like the old New England, Northeast thing to call it like the shore. But
like
I've
Jersey.
never called it that.
I know Jersey. Yeah, Jersey people say shore.
The shore.
I always say beach. I always say
Or the
beach.
coast, some people say. But
Yeah, usually when I think of beach, I think of the sandy place where you're able to go in the water and stuff.
yeah.
Well, shore, I usually think of where where it's on top of a hilltop or on top of a rock or something.
I know Connecticut said sound.
You have to-
The sound, the Long Island sound.
Yeah, there was a test I found quite a few years ago. It was a pretty long test. Like it was trying to figure out like what accent you had, and mine was actually kind of all over the place. It was interesting.
Yeah. I always say for people, you know what's funny? I've been living here for like half my life, and people still say I have a New York accent, and it's kind of weird. I'm like, oh, really? But then
I
I'm
don't
looking, I was
think you
like,
do.
well, it's just
I
somewhere
just
that
don't
says,
think you have an accent.
yeah, you're not the only person who said that to me because everybody says I have a New York accent, I have a southern accent.
Do I
Like,
have like a specific accent to you guys?
No.
I think you have the strongest accent out of all 5 of us.
Really? What do I sound like?
Like I can hear a bit of a snarky. Like I know you call water is water, but also I don't know what it is, but I think out of all 5 of us, something about
yeah, but
Say
like there's some,
coffee.
Like who me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Coffee.
See, that's not New Jersey. Be coffee.
oh, she said she lives in South Jersey though. She lives near
I say
Philly.
coffee.
I say coffee. Sometimes I say coffee.
Coffee.
Sometimes I say coffee.
That might be why people think you have a New York accent. It would be like
Yeah,
that
and I say water. And I say water. I say water.
water.
Water. Yeah.
That's the difference between the New York and the Boston accent is that you have that like "wa" sound, where in Boston you don't just be coffee.
Yeah, there's
Water.
a Boston
Captain, do I
accent.
really have like a strong accent? Because
I
I would
don't
have
think
never
so.
thought that you would say that.
Yeah, because
Just
there's
so-
a Boston.
I mean, it could be either you or Mario, but I'd say out of all 5 of us here on the stream right now,
Like
Yeah.
where does my accent sound like it's from?
like you sound a bit like a somewhat like a Kardashian, somewhat.
I think you have kind of a distinct voice, but I won't really think of it as like a regional accent. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Rainbow's
Who,
voice is
me, like my voice?
Yeah. Like it doesn't really like sound like anyone else. Like I know, like it's just distinct, but it's not like bad or anything. It's just
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, because my voice is really unique.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, yeah, my accent, but you're like the first person to say I have like no accent because like everybody I talk to, it would say you sound like you're from somewhere. Like even Slowpoke told me that. I'm like, really?
not
Because
really,
my-
but I mean, it's probably because I'm used to that. I'm like used to those like the very slight like northern accents because that's like what most people my age sound like, just very slightly like Boston, New York. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like I do use a lot of New York slang though. Like
Let's
I say,
do this.
MQG, what's going on? My Falcons dude,
It's
what's
great to be
going
back.
on?
Great to be back.
We were just talking about like our accents. So like I was saying to Mr. Al that
It's great to be
Some
back.
people-
It's been a tough
people-
day for me. It's been a tough
Yeah.
day for me, y'all. My team didn't win today. It was so bad. Oh, frustrating.
The
Yeah.
Georgia
Let's look at the
Bulldogs.
Red Sox.
Yes, we lost pretty bad to LSU. I'm so upset. Man.
But yeah, we were talking about accents.
yeah, but
Okay.
like my accent,
Yeah,
yeah.
MQG, do I have like an accent to you?
Definitely a northern accent for sure. You definitely don't sound southern like I do.
Like, do I sound like like what's like how northern? Like, do I sound like I'm from New Jersey or something?
I mean, you don't have like the typical Jersey or New York accent, but you do sound like someone who's just from the North in general. I can't really tell which area.
I
though,
say
but-
Hart Jackson's more general American. Like she could be from anywhere outside of like the stereotypical
Yeah.
general American.
So,
Like,
hey,
Red Sox are tied.
oh, that's your team. Yeah, they're still in the playoffs.
oh yeah,
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
get the world. I think the Red Sox are gonna win the World Series this year, unless they run into the Dodgers. I think it'll either be the Dodgers or the Red Sox.
yeah.
I'm hoping so.
But like,
I
But
bet
like,
got crushed by
one of
the
my
Yankees when we
managers
went a
is
couple
hoping
weeks
the
ago.
Dodgers win because he's a big fan of them.
Yeah, I hear that. But
Yeah.
anyways, Al, it's nice to see you. It's been a long time. I don't know if you know who I am, but
You see Al?
Yeah, I remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's been a couple of captain's hangouts. I don't think he was on the last time she was
Wait,
on.
you see Al right
wait.
now because her camera's not on.
Oh no, I mean I don't see her, but like I've never like been in the chat with her yet, and I haven't
I'm just
seen
being
her.
sarcastic.
I mean, I'm basically Debbie, so whatever.
Yeah,
Oh
like
Gives
yeah,
you enough of a visual.
you want to guess? I'm pretty sure you know which username I was, right?
MP and I don't know. Whatever
Yeah,
N something
you
96.
got it. You got it. You know it.
yeah.
It's
But
been like 2 years since I last like talked to you online, so
I mean, she was. Wait, you guys
Yeah,
went
in
there?
person.
Yo,
Wait a minute. What?
Personality Cafe just kind of like I don't really like it that much anymore. Like it's just
Kind of
like
died.
it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I don't really go on it as much anymore either. It's kind of like died off pretty much. The only people that's really active on it is those who are on the non-generations, and then when it's
Right,
within
that's
the
what I'm
generational,
on.
it's like pretty much Gen Z, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't
'cause
really
also
like that
in the zeros
website.
has been not as active as it was in the past few months.
Yeah. It's
I
been.
mean,
Yeah, I'm mostly
because Slim left.
Bro, no
I'm
one care
mostly
about
in the
Slim.
MBTI section only.
Oh yeah, but what slang used? What slang was used in your area, region in Massachusetts?
Slang. I mean, I don't know. Just like Wicked is by far like the biggest one.
Yeah.
Wicked had.
Wicked. What?
Wicked.
Uh.
Who knows?
Oh yeah, but I like.
Kissa.
Yeah. But I know New Yorkers. They have a lot of slang. New Yorkers, like, oh my God, New York got so many slang words. This is ridiculous.
I'm sure
Like
I
a lot
can
of
think
slang
of
words.
some more.
A lot of words that people say now. A lot of words people say now are from New York. Like lit came from New York. The word lit came from New York. The word lit. Yeah. Now everybody says it.
but Rainbows. It's been a while since I've seen you or talked to you. Period. Like it's been a while, about a couple months. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like
She was on
wasn't
here
the
last
last time we talked was like when I was like in Georgia or something?
Yeah, something. Yeah, basically, and
Wait a
that was
minute.
back in what? Was that July or early
July,
August? July. Yeah,
July, like mid-July.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Weren't you on here last
Wowzers,
week?
though.
Oh wait a minute. Oh yeah, you left.
How's your junior year been going?
Fine.
Junior year was my favorite.
Well, it's your favorite so far.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was my second favorite behind sophomore year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
junior
sophomore,
year
junior
was
were the
my
best.
toughest year of high school, personally, for me. Cause see, I got so many classes out of the way. So
Oh, Jacqueline's here. Infinity.
I feel like my sophomore year was just like very average. But like my freshman year was fun. Like it was
freshman year was
bomb.
very fun. I
Yeah.
agree, definitely.
Yep. Yeah, I enjoyed my
And you know
freshman year,
what?
but I felt very
You know what?
isolated that
Hell.
year because you're too
Wait.
scared to talk to anybody.
Can I speak?
You can do
Okay,
upper
like
crowd.
there's so many freshmen at my school. Like there's like so much, but like there's like a not like I feel like juniors at my high school are like the most rare out of any other grade. Like it's so weird because there's so many freshmen, like literally so many, and I don't think I've ever seen that many freshmen before so far.
You
Is
know
that
why
the
it seems
seniors
like
are the
that?
most rare? Even more than the seniors?
Why does it seem like that? Because people were having a lot of sex in 2003.
That's a 4.
Probably.
It would
I
make
mean,
sense
Why?
if there
people
was
drop
another
out.
Do you ever
school that
think, Rainbow? Do you ever
transferred to.
think that a lot of people might have left your school, possibly?
I don't
My
know.
class lost 100 kids. When I was a starter as a freshman, we had like 425, 450, something like that. And then we graduated with less than 350. Like we lost like
Yeah, that's how it was in my
crap
school.
kids.
My school, we
Damn.
lose the original people they start off with. That's how it was in my high school.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like,
We
I
Yeah,
didn't
had
know
mine was like that too. Yeah, when I started, we had about 400, 500, but by the time I was done, there was a lot of people that I knew had already left by sophomore, junior year.
When I was a
Yeah, so
sophomore, it was really weird because of the recession. We had all these like kids. They moved here from like Ohio and stuff because their parents got jobs.
from Ohio
And
to
they
the
left.
to Mass. Wow.
Yeah, they moved like all like to New England for like industry jobs. But
Oh
they
yeah,
didn't
that's
stay
why
very long.
I
I was
feel
about
like my
You okay?
sophomore year was kind of boring.
No, I'm not. I caught a really bad cold when I got back.
Oh, that was you. I thought that was
And
Al. Oh, that was you, Jack. Oh, man. But yeah,
I feel like my
Al.
sophomore year was like it was kind of boring, honestly.
Well, for me, sophomore year was my favorite because you're still an underclassman, but you're above the freshmen.
But
Yeah.
like,
You're still
I
not.
agree
so-
with you, Captain. I
Yeah.
but
agree.
like that's not why. Like I don't know. For me, that doesn't really change anything. I just feel like 10th grade was uneventful for me.
People have mixed feelings about sophomore year. I absolutely understand what Rainbow means because, like,
Sophomore year, that's
from-
probably my
Like
least
at least
favorite.
when I was a freshman, I was new to the school and it was exciting, you know.
see, here's the reason it was different for you, Rainbows, because at my school there was a ninth grade building. So, like, the thing is that, like, your core classes for freshmen, core classes, you had a freshman cafeteria, you had a freshman library.
Oh wow.
In the core class, you had a separate building for freshmen, and then if you were a freshman and you had classes in the main building with the upperclassmen, you had to go around the main building. You couldn't go through the main hallways with the upperclassmen. So that's why sophomore year was kind of like the best year for me because you're no longer a freshman, but you still look up to the upperclassmen, and it's kind of exciting.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's how it was in
I
my
also
school.
think
That was
that
in
the
my
freshman
area.
year is better for
How
girls
was
than
it
it is for
mine?
guys because a lot of girl freshmen go after the upper class boys while the freshman boys,
Except for you.
none of the upper class girls want them. You know.
Yeah,
Except for Captain.
yeah. But but
Oh,
you know what's this thing about?
You the man,
I'm just
Captain.
kidding.
You the man.
Yeah, L.
No,
He's
my
a
freshman
big
year was
ass
terrible
captain.
because of the kids I was with. It was just I hated the kids. I like it was kind of more like middle school that you still had like teams, like you had all your classes like the same people all day, and I just like hated all of them. We didn't get along at all. And
At
then I
my
finally
school,
broke.
like at my school, we have like lunch with like people of all other grades. Like it's not just separate. And I'm kind of glad
Yeah.
with like
I'm in the same boat as Rainbow. It was like that too for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
L.
was like that for lunch. It just was like the classes, like
Oh yeah.
and instead of it
For
being like
me-
mixed up, like it just was like the same people. Like you'd go to like econ, you'd go to English, you'd go to math, and it was just the same people over and over. But then you'd be with whoever at lunch. But I hated those people, and then like I finally broke free of them when I was a sophomore, and it ended up being like my best year because I just made all kinds of new friends.
Dang.
Oh, and then our scheduling changed too because we changed to block scheduling when I was a freshman.
I was
we had
about
the
to
old-
mention block scheduling in periods because, okay, throughout my time in high school, it was block scheduling. And the thing is that like when I was a freshman, like 3 of my classes were in the ninth grade building, and only one of them was in the main building
fucking
with the
computer
upperclassmen.
fell
That's how
asleep.
it was every
That's why I
semester for me.
left.
So
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah,
what were you
but-
saying? Because I left.
what you had a disconnection or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
we were
computer fell
we
asleep.
were still talking about the same. We're still talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
but MQG
Yeah,
was
like-
saying, but
when
Al.
Oh yeah, when I was a freshman, we had the old style that they used to do where it was 10 periods a day. Some of
10
them were
periods. How
combined.
is that
10?
possible?
What the
I
heck?
know. I it was so stressful, especially as a freshman, because it was a pretty big school, like a weird layout, and having to go to your locker and get the different books and everything. It just was very stressful.
10
And it was, I
periods?
think-
How?
10
Whoa,
periods.
whoa. Hold
I
up.
know, they were
Dude,
45 minutes.
that's like stressful.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
'cause
was.
my school had 4 periods a day.
Yeah, then we
when I
switched
was
to
in middle
4.
school, we had
Preds, I
7
only had
periods,
2.
but see, it was only like 5 academics and 2 like connections or
Electives.
electives. So
Yeah, that's how it was in my middle school.
I have lunch
Yeah, so then
pretty
when I was
late
a
this year.
sophomore,
I have lunch pretty late this year. I have it 7, which is like it starts at like 12:42 and it ends at like 1
oh, that is late.
like
Damn.
like
when I was a
1:40
senior,
something. I don't know, like
Oh.
around that time. Yeah, because like in 9th and 10th, I had it 5th.
You have a
Yeah,
whole hour for
at
lunch?
my school, it was like first lunch, second lunch, third lunch, and fourth lunch. First lunch
Yeah,
was the
mine.
earliest lunch for which was like 11. Let me think, 11:45. No, let me think. Am I right? Let me think.
The
Yeah,
earliest one was 10.
11:45 to like 12:30, and then second lunch was like 12:40 something up to 1 something, and then third lunch was like 1 o'clock to 1:30, and then fourth lunch was 1:30 to 2. And
Oh, dang, you
depending
got
on
one
the
That's
that late.
hallway
really
you were
late.
in, that was your lunch.
Dang.
We
Yeah, I
had
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
right.
Probably head out
10:30 to like
because
12:30.
I'm just
Yeah, where I
thank God.
it was kind of like the same lunch, but it was divided by a grade or a what a
I
class
should
you were in.
yeah,
Like
I
the
should
freshman
definitely
had.
head out.
Ours was just random. It
I'm
was like
not
where
being
we were in the
noticed.
building.
I'm way too sick. I'm barely keeping up. I've sort of been
It's all
following
it's
along.
all good, Jacqueline. I was
Hey,
feeling the same way
Jacqueline, I feel you.
too. I
Yeah.
actually when I woke up
Like,
this morning,
I had
I had a massive headache, and I'm kind of feeling better now. But yeah, I feel the same way as you, Jacqueline, too.
Yeah,
By the
I
way,
had this really exciting trip to Japan that I just got back from a few days
Oh,
ago.
really?
Hey, that's
Then I got this cold and it threw my sleep schedule out of whack and I haven't been able to do very much and my cold is
hey
at its very
Jacqueline. You know
worst right
what?
now.
You know when my dad went to Japan 14 years ago. When he got back from Japan, he got sick too. That when you switch time zones like that, it will affect you big time. Like
Jet lag.
I was fine when I got home from the UK. It's just I got sick as
think
soon
Japan
as I got back from Japan. Like I was healthy when I was at Japan. The
yeah,
trip
Oh,
itself
dang.
was wonderful.
sometimes when you switch time zones, it can affect you. Like big, you're sleeping, and it can affect how you feel. It's happened to people before. I mean, and
Yeah, then
it's
again,
kind of random too. Like
Japan is like further from US, so it makes sense for you to get like I don't know what term to call
Wait,
that.
isn't Japan kind of closer? Because if you go more west, you're gonna pretty much hit Japan anyway, right?
It's not really so much. I mean, as far as San Diego goes, the distance isn't so different compared to the UK. Like the flight took like roughly 10 hours in both cases.
That's actually not too bad. I thought it was a lot longer.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
MQG, earlier we were talking about conspiracy theories. I want to get your insight on this. As a Christian, do you believe that we're living in the biblical end times?
oh, definitely. Like, do you realize like
Oh
do
God,
you
I
realize,
can't do
like,
this.
Trump?
Sorry.
Do you know Trump being? Oh yeah. I knew.
Yep.
I'm not like shocked that happened, but I'll still answer your question. Look, I understand your question, Captain, and yeah, this is your live stream. This is what you do. That's what you want to do. I'll answer your question, but yeah, Trump being in office has like exposed so many people's true colors on both sides, like depending on whose side you're on, and it's amazing how wow, this is really you really came out of the closet and you're just being just mean to everybody and just being insulting to everybody, and then and I'm like, and then you look at all these rallies and stuff going on and all these protests, and you can even go with the Kavanaugh situation, whose side you're on, and people have different reasons for like being about something. You know what I'm saying? So
Trump exposed a lot of people. This Trump election exposed a lot of people.
yeah,
So
Um,
absolutely.
MQG,
Not only that, but
have you ever heard about the Mandela effect?
Mandela effect. I would have to look that up.
It's like a conspiracy theory. Do you know what it is?
No, Mandela effect.
It's when like
They
a
actually
bunch
had
of
an X-Files episode about it.
Yeah,
It's
I'll check it out on my own time. Yeah, I'll remember that. Thanks for telling me about that.
It's basically
well-
when a bunch of people remember like something being this way, but in reality it's actually like that way.
Oh, Rose
Go
cut.
look up Where's Waldo.
Pokemon versus Pokemon.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
what I was about to say is that to MQG, I heard that the main reason that evangelical Christians elected Trump was to fulfill a biblical prophecy. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it because as you know, he has a serious record of it. Even today, of
I'm
serious.
so
The thing is,
sorry.
those
You know,
people
I
wouldn't have
get so
voted for Hillary
tired
either.
of people saying like Trump being in office is such a Christian thing. No, it's not. Trump is not any good at all. He is
He's a
Trump.
womanizer.
Trump, I'm telling you, Trump. There is nothing Christian about Trump himself.
Trump
Some of
is
the stuff,
amazing. No, I'm just kidding.
some of the
Yeah.
Make
policies you
America
believe
great
in and
again.
stuff makes you not Christian
Right.
when it comes to those conservatives. I'm sorry. People are so hypocritical in this day and age. Okay. Sure, in the Bible it may say that being gay or transgender is a sin, but you know what? Not loving others and being disgraceful to others is not is a sin as well. So when it comes to like the Boers and stuff and the way you treat Mexicans, like treat others the way you want to be treated, that's a sin too. For
I think the
example,
reason
trying
why
to
I think the reason why people voted for Trump because they didn't want Hillary. That's the reason. At the end of the day,
Pretty
'cause-
much. It's like,
Yeah.
and also the fact that one thing a lot of people tend to forget, and what we remember this, but a lot of people tend to forget is that a lot of people just really think we weren't ready for a female president.
Yeah.
I think it was her.
I mean-
you know what? After this Kavanaugh situation, this is exactly why I keep telling people. I have to tell liberals and stuff. I understand how we feel, but I mean how liberals feel, or anyone who's for the Democrat Party. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up for the 2020 election. You just gotta go out there and vote. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to get my hopes up and then Trump wins again and then I get disappointed. I'm not keeping my hopes up. I just have to see
Trump.
what
I mean, it's super likely for that to happen now because of the economy and then because of Kanye West being like on his side.
Yeah.
It's super
Depends on
likely.
who
to happen.
opposes them, really.
Huh?
Do you guys ever think Kanye will try to run for president?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually discussed that, I think, in another stream, that
Yeah,
how
we did.
scary it would be if Kanye would be president, because Kim, who would probably be first lady, would not know what to do.
That would be the craziest thing ever. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know he'll
Keeping up with the president.
run, but he won't be elected because the people are not that stupid.
Of course they're
I
not.
don't know.
Everybody's smart. Everybody's smart to know that Trump is not for us.
Trump is amazing.
I mean,
I'm just
the
kidding.
fact that Donald J. Trump is our president, nobody should be surprised about anything.
I mean, anything is possible now. Literally anything can happen in America. Since Trump became president, anything literally anything can happen.
I'm just being honest. It would be actually scarier if Trump won 2020, because what happens is come 2024, and like I said, it's been an 8-year cycle since
Clinton.
Bill Clinton, right? So like I'm telling you, if Trump wins again in 2020, the left is going to get a lot more angry, and what's going to happen is in 2024, the Democrat Party is going to find the most liberal and the most left president ever, and it's going to
Bernie
be
Sanders.
a revenge thing or a payback for what the conservatives did with bringing Trump in office, who's way too extreme. It's going to be the opposite in 2024.
Yeah, it's
I'm
going
just
to be-
being honest. I could see that happening.
Or in 2020, if Democrats do a good job of getting the House and the Senate back, and
Yeah, that's the thing that worries me. If they go for like a Marxist candidate.
Yeah, because
I'm
Well,
just
you know what's
saying.
kind of-
like
What's kind of interesting is Bernie Sanders' son actually was running for, I think, for House or Senate in New Hampshire, but he lost in the primary.
Not only that, but wasn't JFK's grandson or Bobby Kennedy's grandson running, and he also lost?
I don't know, but I mean, so many of the Kennedys, they always run for stuff. But the problem is in New England is that even just because they're related to JFK, everyone just thinks of them as like the same old candidate here. Like they want fresh blood. People are like sick of the Kennedy spawn.
Yeah, wow. But Al, but maybe you mentioned about people from Ohio moving to your area in the recession.
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard Boston. I heard like the accent like in like what do you call it, the North City Valley shift, like in like Cleveland, Detroit, even the parts of upstate New York. that accent originated from Boston, like the they call it like say calculator cat. They had that A sound. I can't really explain it. The Chicago accent, Chicago, or they
Chicago.
got cars and
I'm really bad at doing a Midwestern accent.
garage like that. They call it the Great Lakes accent.
Mario,
Like it originated from like Boston, like the New England area.
yo, Super Mario, do I have an accent to you? I don't know if I asked you this already.
You didn't ask me. You never asked. Yeah, you didn't ask me yet.
Well,
but-
do
Yeah,
I
I said
have?
earlier, I thought that Rainbow had the strongest accent until MQG came in, and he definitely has the strongest accent of all 6 of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. But
I
like,
mean,
do I have like an accent to you, Mario?
Not really. I mean, you do say some words like sound kind of to your area, but not really. Like like how Miss Al said, like not really an accent that's like
Oh,
say,
wowzers.
she's from that place, not like that. Oh, she's from that place. But yeah,
I mean, I
MTG
believe
We're both from the north that you don't think I have like a specific accent, whereas like Captain and MQG think I have a strong accent.
I mean, your accent kind of sound kind of like more general. I can say more like standard
So it sounds
Um,
standard. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
like it sounds like how people expect you, how people, what you call, newscaster accent. Like, how people say this
What?
basically what they call general American, like an accent that's like saying you don't have an accent, you have a specific accent. You just sound like
Yeah, it's just standard.
yeah.
It's standard. Like there's no specific region tied to it, but it's still American because it's definitely like not English or Australian.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
I heard that accent. I heard that
But
accent.
like, you know what's weird? Because MQG thinks I sound like 100% northern. But
Well,
like y'all are saying, oh yeah, it's just standard.
People
mean, if
have
you're from the
thought my
north-
parents are Australian. Like
I mean, if
no
you're from
joke.
the South, people say if you sound like standard, if you sound like non-Southern, people think you sound Northern. Like that's because he's from Georgia. Because like if you don't sound Southern, people say, "Oh, you're from the North because you sound not Southern." Like that's yeah. But like,
So
They're
I
like-
guess
they're-
I have the second strongest accent in this call now.
but like there are so many accents that people don't know about. Like there's the Pittsburgh accent. There's the Chicago accent that people barely talk about. The Wisconsin accent. The Minnesota
I used to have
accent.
friends in Wisconsin.
The
Kansas.
Pacific West, the Pacific Northwest accent.
Oh yeah. There's the
Isn't there like a
The
sentence
all
that you
types,
can
all
say?
all types of the California accent.
the Bay Area accent, like hella.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
Hold on, aren't there like words that you can say or like sentences that determine what accent you have? Because I feel like
Yeah,
I've
the
seen it
accent
somewhere.
Yeah, the accent
Huh?
tag on YouTube. Yeah, the accent tag, the thing
Well,
on YouTube.
no, it's not
they read it.
that. It's like it's like a little paragraph thing, like it's about going to a store or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
and Nerdy, do you often hear in California the sort of the accent you hear from Tom DeLonge of Blink-182? That accent.
Say that again. Say the question again.
Do you often hear the accent that they often associate with Tom DeLonge of Blink-182? Like, I got a grit right now.
Sometimes.
Like that accent.
Sometimes.
Find it. I don't know where the fuck it's at.
Yeah, but I heard the accent that we refer to as standard American. It originated from like I think Iowa, something like that. The standard American accent. That's like
Oh.
newscast.
Iowa, the one of the
I mean,
states that
to me,
nobody talks
the
about.
standard American accent. I mean, I would argue there's a difference between the West Coast accent and the like Northeast accent too. Because
Well, Northeast is like in Boston, New York, but you talking about like Midwest.
No.
Midwest is like
It was like I know it started with "Please call Stella."
yeah.
you even got a Colorado accent, and to me, like maybe
Yeah,
it's just me. Captain, I don't know. I'm not really as knowledgeable about this as you, but would you say the Colorado accent, like, is kind of like the most country of like the West or something? Maybe I'm not sure.
I don't notice it as much here. I noticed it a bit down more in the Springs.
Wait.
a more country
I've never
influence.
heard of a
But-
Colorado accent ever.
I heard they sound Colorado. You know how people say
Wait,
Colorado?
okay, I found the paragraph. It goes like, please call Stella. Ask her to bring these things with her from the store. 6 spoons of fresh snow peas, 5 thick slabs of blue cheese, and maybe a snack for her brother Bob. We also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the kids. She can scoop these things into 3 red bags. Oh my god. And we will go meet her Wednesday at the train station. I can't read today. That was the
I'm
paragraph,
looking for
though, that I read.
I
And
think,
what's that?
Where do you find that?
Colorado more a ski bum accent over in the mountains.
I heard Colorado say Colorado. Like I heard that's one
Colorado.
distinct.
I
say
say
Rook?
Colorado.
Say Colorado.
The fuck? That sounds weird as shit.
I
Yeah.
hear both, but
And I heard Nevada said Nevada. Said Nevada. They say Nevada.
Yeah, people from there say Nevada.
I say Nevada.
I say
And people-
Nevada.
And people from New Orleans say New Orleans, not New Orleans. They said New Orleans and New Orleans.
Wowzers.
Yeah. So yeah. I think Colorado has some of an accent, but not as thick as other
Did you-
places.
Did you guys know that I'm the coolest bitch?
Yes,
No.
we know, Rainbow.
Well,
Yeah.
then you're living
Because
under a
that
rock,
was gonna
Captain,
be a
because
fact,
I am
it's
the
not.
coolest bitch.
But MQG, but since Atlanta has a lot of
Big
like
ass
transplants,
captain.
is the southern accent kind of dying off in Atlanta? Like the southern accent?
No,
Yeah.
there will always be a southern accent in Atlanta. It's still
Because
southern.
I heard like Atlanta proper is kind of like, you know, it's a lot
I
of
mean,
like,
you got different types of Atlanteans, but I mean, it's still the southern accent. Georgia will always stay. So southern pride,
Imagine-
that's what it is. So
It
Oh,
sounds
that's
so
cool.
cringe when someone pronounces Atlanta with like both of the T's, like Atlanta. Like it just doesn't
Atlanta.
sound right. Like it sounds like you're saying, "Oh, I'm at a city called Atlanta." Like no.
Atlantis, like saying Atlantis.
Atlantis. That's so funny.
I mean, I say Atlanta. I say Atlanta.
Atlanta is
Me too. I say
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, I
And
say
Atlanta
yeah.
traffic
Oh,
is a pain in the ass, y'all.
but I
Trust me.
heard the rappers from Atlanta. They still sound country. The rappers from Atlanta, they still
Oh
sound
yeah,
like
you got the dirty South, right? And by the way, when it comes to like trap, the original trap music that originated in the 2000s with Young Jeezy and T.I. and all of them, like
Yeah.
like that was the good trap music. And see, trap wasn't that mainstream back then as it is
Yeah.
now. Like
it was mostly crunk that time period. It was mostly like
but see, trap in
Yeah.
Atlanta was good. And see, a lot of people, I get so tired of everyone thinking trap is just mumble rap when that's not true. You got trap and other good music too, but it's like in the background. For example, like Dark Horse with Katy Perry and Juicy J. That was a
don't
really
suck.
good song, and that
Suck
had
ass.
trap in the background
Terrible.
too.
Fucking
Yeah.
terrible songs. Dark Horse sucks. Should be called Dark Whore.
Dang.
Oh, you didn't like Dark Horse?
No, it sucked. Like no,
No.
that song's awful.
it was really good. It was catchy. I mean, and it was
listen,
creative
like,
too.
I'm learning to
Oh man.
like 20, like like Drake and like
I mean, but
Kendrick
Drake's
Lamar
been
and,
around
like-
for a long time though. Anyway,
He's been around since
yeah,
like
but he still has some great songs. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's-
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
agree with
he
you there,
does.
but I mean,
At least in my feelings, and then that song with all the girls, those sound much better than the first song he had at the beginning of the year.
yeah, God's plan. Yeah, God's plan was kind of
I tried to like that song.
Damn,
I
y'all
tried
tripping.
to, but
God's
I
Plan
really
great.
didn't like it.
I don't
The
care
song-
what anybody says,
Yep.
but years later, when Drake like retires and is done with music, he will always be up there with Tupac and Biggie. And I know people are gonna hate that, but he's gonna be
I
considered
believe
as
you.
a legend.
I mean, look at Lil Wayne right now. Lil Wayne's pretty much up there, and
yeah,
right now.
yeah, and it's shocking
Wait,
to me
really?
how Lil Wayne is a legend now. But if Lil Wayne can be a legend now, you know Drake will be.
Lil Wayne been rapping like
In what world? I have never ever seen somebody ever consider Lil Wayne a legend.
exactly.
Well,
I mean,
guess what? Yes, there are people who think he's like up there.
well, where I live,
Video too.
where I live,
See,
I mean, where it depends on where you live at. Because like me and Kuji, we live in the South, and people in the South they love some Weezy. Like white kids in the South
Yep,
love Weezy.
Here
White
they
absolutely.
love
girls
him.
love Lil Wayne. Like white girls down here love Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, I mean, okay, I understand that Lil Wayne might
Like
have some
love Lil
decent
Wayne.
songs, but him being a legend, especially in terms of Tupac and Biggie, not even close.
I mean, it depends. It
Yeah.
depends on the age, because like people who grew up like Lil Wayne's been around since the '90s, so like a lot of people who are like 30 something.
So Lil Wayne didn't really establish himself to the 2000s, though.
I know, but
Honestly.
like a lot of people, especially a lot of people who are like 30, that grew up remember Lil Wayne from like Hot Boys. They remember Lil Wayne when he was with Juvenile and Birdman and like stuff like that. So they grew up with
You know what? You know what's funny about him? I actually had not even noticed that he was actually in one of the Juvenile songs, because I actually heard his voice back in that Back the Thing Up song, and I actually had no clue he was in that at all.
yeah.
So
So
I
like
guess I guess technically I was introduced to Lil Wayne back when that song came out, but I didn't really know who he was until he came out with Lollipop for some reason. That's just weird.
yeah, because like Lil Wayne, like man, he started rapping. Yeah, Lil Wayne, like a lot of people, like said in their early 30s, they remember Lil Wayne from like Hot Boys and like with Juvie and stuff like that. The Block is Hot. Oh, y'all heard that song, The Block is Hot? That was like when he was like really young, like 17. Like
Not
yeah,
even.
a lot of like the older Lil Wayne fans, they saw Lil Wayne. They grew up with him literally. Like they were like the same age he was when he started rapping.
Well, I can see. I can understand why,
Literally.
because compared to now, especially Lil Wayne when he had first started, most likely he was a little. Not only was he different in terms of personality, but I bet his music was also different compared to what he sings now or raps. So yeah, I can understand why for those who started with him in the beginning would be complete fans of then, because he had a different mindset at the time compared to now.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much the same thing to say about like for like because I know like in Atlanta like T.I. is like their hero. Like T.I. he's been around since like 2001, I think. Yeah, his first album, and so like I know it's very sure. People on the
Yeah.
MPGs, yeah, it's like our hardcore T.I. fans like say, man, I've been with T.I. since what's his, I forgot since 2001 or yeah, something like that. Yeah, but yeah. Are there any rappers from Boston? Any like artists from Boston, like any?
For some reason, I thought Mac Miller was, but maybe he's not. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't hear nobody.
There's some white rapper, but I haven't
By the way,
seen much lately.
that reminds me. Speaking of Boston, is Aerosmith popular there since they're from there? The band Aerosmith?
It is, but I don't think it's any more popular than anywhere else, I guess.
I guess it's probably the older generation. Probably is like the ones.
Yeah, I mean it's popular, but I just don't know if they're any more popular than like similar
Yeah,
bands.
because they were huge. They actually did some Run DMC in the '80s. They were like the first band to work with a rapper.
Yeah, because the thing is like they've never really like catered, I guess, to this area. Like they've you know how say like Bruce Springsteen, like he always still sings about New Jersey, like he does special shows in New Jersey. Like Aerosmith has never done anything like that here, so I guess that would kind of contribute to it.
Yeah, so he's kind of like X'd out in the
Pretty
area.
much. They have houses here, but they don't do, like they don't do concerts here any more than anywhere else. I mean, I can't remember the last time there was an Aerosmith concert around here. So.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Because I never hear people I never hear people talk about rap in Boston, like rap. I never hear people say like if people who talk about hip hop, they used to talk about New York, Atlanta, LA. Even DC teaches more talk about hip hop than like I never hear anybody talk about Boston as far as like hip hop concerned. So.
Well, like people here listen to it, obviously, but there isn't like a scene here. Like I know like a bunch of kids that are like wannabe rappers that live here, but they're just like they've got like 500 views on YouTube. Like it's not.
I mean, I know New Edition is from Boston though. New Edition, Bobby Brown's group. That's like the most. That's like the only black.
Mackie Mac.
That's like the only black artist I know from like that area, from that area.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know. People are just like uptight here.
And I heard Boston used to be really racist in the 70s. It used to be like really racist.
Yeah, in especially in South Boston, especially in the Irish areas. But the thing is, it's like it's kind of odd because it just had been so white here for so long that you kind of wouldn't expect people to be racist because it's like you know what I mean? Like it's not like there's a history of it.
Yeah.
I've heard that back in the 19th century, the Irish were treated badly.
Yeah, they were.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the Irish is called like dirty something.
Yep. And,
Yeah, a
and it
large part of
didn't
that
really.
because they were Catholic and America was largely Protestant.
Yeah, and a lot of it actually it goes back even further than that, where in around 1700, I guess, you had a lot of people from the Cromwell Wars that they were Scottish and Irish, and that's how you have the name Scotch Irish, and that they were brought places, you know, like in New England and like in the South, and there are a lot of the people that became like hillbillies in the South, and they would just kind of send to just go populate random like wilderness areas, and a lot of them they interbred and they stayed within their clans, and so a lot of that too also formed the American opinion that the Irish people, that they're some kind of lower ethnicity, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they're not they're they're, lack of a better word, is white trash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Right.
and I don't think it really changed until you had the early 1900s when you had more immigrants that, I don't know if you want to like from deeper into Europe, I guess you could say, when you started having Italians and Greece and everything. That they
Yeah, I
kind
heard
of tried to
Italians
accept the
had it really
Irish.
bad. Yeah. Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, there was something called I just learned recently. It was like white lace Irish or something like that they used to call the this would be people like the Kennedys who like they wanted to pass as like not Irish, and they bought a lot of stuff, and so they would like look fancy and not Irish, and then they still kind of the white, I can't remember what it's called, like
Yeah.
white
Doesn't
Puritan Irish, something like that.
Are you Caribbean
But then
people in your area? People from the Caribbean islands?
just mostly the Dominican.
Oh, because I heard like Boston has a lot of Haitians and stuff.
I
Like,
think in areas, but it's not like a huge population.
cause I know like New York, Connecticut, Jersey. There's a lot of like Jamaicans and Haitians, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like a lot of
Yeah, I
like
would
West
say more Dominican than anything else.
and Puerto Ricans. Yeah, they dominate that area for real. Like there are a lot of Puerto Rican rappers from New York, like Fat Joe and Big Pun, and Daddy Yankee and stuff. Yeah, that like yeah. Are there yeah, because I heard, yeah. So most of the people who are black in Boston are actually like from like foreign born and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's quite a few people that are just like from the South that just moved here, or their parents moved here or something. One thing is that there's a lot of military bases, so a lot of people ended up here just from the military. Yeah, otherwise, you have your more recent immigrants or aren't white.
Because I had my teacher, one of my college teachers, she lived in Boston. She said, I think she said Roxbury is like the black, it's like the Harlem of Boston. Yeah, Roxbury.
Yeah, exactly.
You said
Yeah,
Whitesburg?
Southeast, the Irish neighborhood, and Roxbury is the.
Oh, Roxbury. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roxbury. Then it's Dorchester it was traditionally Irish, but it's changed. Like East Boston, Dorchester. You want to say it right?
Chester. Yeah.
Dorchester.
Yeah. MQ. Do you still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
watching the video, but go ahead.
Oh, because you was quiet. I don't want you. I was hoping you would Makes you
Go
look
ahead.
out. Oh yeah, but isn't like since you in Atlanta, man, doesn't Atlanta have some like good some good restaurants like some of
Oh yeah, definitely.
Atlanta.
There's so many. I can't.
There's some-
Man, I wish I could name them for you, but it's just way too many.
I heard y'all like top tier when it comes to soul food. Or y'all like top tier.
Yeah, there's a place called Busy
Like,
Bees. That's like the
top
best soul
tier.
food place in Atlanta.
Yeah, because when you from like,
Yeah.
because my cousin he lives in Atlanta. He says, man, the soul food in Atlanta is so good.
You
Yo,
gotta make sure you find the right one though, because not all of them are good. Don't fool yourself. Because see, my sister is from Spelman. She knows the good ones and the bad ones. Busy Bees is the best one though. That's
Oh,
the best
isn't
soul
Five
food
Guys
place.
from Atlanta or the Georgia area?
Yeah, say that again.
Five Guys, isn't that from Atlanta or Georgia?
That's a good question because there are plenty of Five Guys where I live. So it originated in Virginia.
Oh.
I ate at like a few restaurants in Georgia.
Oh,
Which
really?
ones?
I don't know about like the other one. I know two. I don't know how to pronounce one, but I went to like what is it, Olive Garden or something?
Olive Garden. That's like everywhere though.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know. And then there was like one. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know the name. Can I type it in the chat?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Olive Garden is kind of frowned upon in the Northeast because there's like so many other like good
It
Italian.
was that restaurant.
Alpida. Hold up. Let me try to search that. Give me a second. Let me try to
It
search it
wasn't
because
really
I wonder if it's spelled a little differently, maybe a little more familiar.
It was in like a town center in like Suwanee, I think.
Oh, it's another Italian food place.
Yeah.
I've actually never been here before. There's
Wow.
one in Atlanta,
Okay,
one in
like-
Roswell, one in Kennesaw. Okay, I'll look that up.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh man.
Yeah, I've never been there before actually.
Don't you? Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you visit Georgia again, make sure you go to Ponce City Market.
Well, I think I'm going. I'm going to go in there.
I know that the other restaurant was like a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a Bahama Breeze too in that area.
Oh yeah, but I'm supposed to be going there this Thanksgiving MQ. So this is good. This is good for me too. To learn about.
What part of Georgia are you gonna be in?
I'm supposed to be in Atlanta area. So
Okay.
But yeah, man, I don't know.
See, Georgia, it's so big. Cause see, if you go to Georgia, like most people visit there to go to the Atlanta area, of course. But like, you also got like South Georgia too. You got like Savannah, Georgia. You got Macon, Georgia. You have what else? Augusta, Georgia is like far east of Georgia, so you got other parts of Georgia too. But
and then you got Rome, Georgia, Kennesaw.
You know what's kind of like weird but like fascinating.
What?
Like, cause like even though like they're still part of the same country, like Georgia and New Jersey just like feel so different.
Yeah, well, that's like every state really has a different vibe.
But like especially because like
California.
But like
in the comment section of the video.
But like especially since like New Jersey's in like the north and like Georgia's in the south, like that's why.
I mean, yeah, it's always gonna be like every region in the United States is different from each other. Like when I was in Chicago, I was like, "Holy crap, it's so different than the East Coast."
But even like I've been to Pennsylvania before. I've been like to parts of Pennsylvania, but like even it doesn't even seem that different from New Jersey.
New Jersey and
like
Pennsylvania,
South Jersey.
New Jersey,
like, they're right
aren't
next
that
to
far though.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like once you leave a region, like it's because they're different part of this country. Like once you leave once you get outside the Northeast, everything's gonna feel different to you. Like once you get outside.
But you know what, Rainbows? I bet Pittsburgh is different than Philly. Have you been to Pittsburgh before?
No.
It's funny because Philly and Pittsburgh are in the same state, but it's two completely different parts. Like
people in Pittsburgh,
Philly is the east end, and Pitt is the west end of Pennsylvania. And Pittsburgh is like close to Ohio.
Yeah, it's kind of like that in New York too. Like New York had New York City, then you have like Buffalo, which is like the western edge of the state. And then, like people in Buffalo, they say pop, but people in New York say soda. So it's like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like you
Yeah.
can be in the same state and still have a different vibe. Like I'm pretty sure it's like that in Georgia, like even Atlanta or like
Not
different.
not really, but I'll say this: like the best non-Atlanta place in Georgia, in my opinion, is Savannah, Georgia, and that's
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
like the southeast part of
Yeah, that's
Georgia.
what I was saying because I heard people saying it's like old, like it's kind of like colonial type of city. Like, but people,
Savannah is like underrated, like compared to like the big cities. Like I'm telling you, Savannah, Georgia, they have so many good seafood places, and they have a really good, nice candy store, and it's a great historical place to go to with your
Imagine,
family.
I've always wanted to
Have
go
you
imagine
there.
also been to
living.
Charleston, South Carolina?
Charleston,
Yeah.
yes, I've been there once. That was back in I think 2010. It was
oh,
pretty
How
good.
would you compare the two, Savannah and Charleston? No, they're very similar.
Yeah, they are, but I prefer Savannah personally. That's
yeah,
just me, but
yeah.
I like both of the
Imagine,
places.
imagine living in Savannah and being named Savannah.
I've always
Oh yeah,
thought
that's
that.
yeah. I actually know a girl named Savannah too.
Like,
One of
hi, I'm
my
Savannah,
that's
and I
one of my
live in
that's one
Savannah.
of my cousin's names.
People name their kids Boston now. It's so funny. It's like the
I know
trendy
people. I
thing.
know people named Brooklyn. I know some people named
Brooke,
Oh
Brooklyn.
yeah, me
Brooklyn is a
too.
name.
Yeah.
Brooke,
Yeah.
yep.
I know
Brooke,
I
people.
will. Yeah, I know a
Brooke is
kid
like
who.
a girl name though,
I know people
right?
named Virginia. I know people named Virginia.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
Yeah, I
girls
know
out there
one
with there's
Virginia.
girls out there with names like Virginia. There's also girls
Georgia.
out there
Georgia.
named
Georgia. Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia, of course.
Carolina, like not north or south, but just
Carolina
Carolina.
is a name.
Yeah, Carolina is another name.
That's like a girl
I
name.
know, isn't Aurora named too?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Just-
actually knew a few girls with that name.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You don't just have people named after a state, but you got people named after months of the year too, like April.
April. Yeah, I know.
January,
It's great.
September.
No
Yes,
joke.
there's girls out there with that name. True, there's even
Gross.
girls named with there's even girls with the name August or June or
August.
May.
Oh yeah, I know many Augusts, several.
Yeah.
No joke. There's an entire generation of little boys here named Brady.
Really?
After Tom Brady.
After Tom Brady, there's like all these kids. They're like 5 years oldish. You know, they're all named Brady.
I knew a guy.
crap.
I knew a guy with that name.
I mean, wasn't Brady Bunch like a show or something before Tom
Yeah.
Brady came
Oh
up?
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean it's been a thing
that could
before him.
that could be another reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's definitely been a thing before him, but it's just hilarious. Like they're specifically after Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
But like MQ, but if you visit North Carolina though, like really visit a state, it's right to like three sections, like the coastal, the Piedmont, and the mountains. Like every it gives you like a different vibe every like section. Like the coastal
Yeah,
plain,
yeah.
like
You're in the center, right?
yeah, I mean yeah, then Piedmont, yeah, center. So
A lot of
Piedmont's
people
kind of like
Asheville.
people in the Piedmont is more like it's more urban.
Yeah.
The coast is more like it's like more like beaches and
Chill.
lakes, and then the mountains is like more like kind of like I never been to mountains. I heard the mountains like kind of more like Scott, like you said, Scott Irish, mountains folk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
like
are a ton of people from the Northeast that end up going to Coastal Carolina University. I think it's in South
Yeah.
Carolina. And it's
Yeah.
been like this like joke that like all these people from like Mass, they go down there, they think they're gonna be around like all these like Southern people, and it's literally everyone else from Massachusetts.
oh really?
Mm.
Oh, the Yankees took over South Carolina. Dang. Oh,
I mean, just that school, like they all think like, yeah, Coastal Carolina, and it's just like not really. What happens in
Yeah.
Florida too?
I mean, Florida just completely got, how can I say this, evaded by
Hijacked?
like people from like the Northeast, like and like it just like
Seriously, it's just people from the Northeast.
Florida's like people in Florida like saying, man, he's like people don't consider Florida southern. Like that's how bad it got in Florida. Like it was like decades of like people from the north come to Florida to the point where it's like how can you Florida's like 2 different states, and it's like 5 different
Yeah, 'cause
states in one.
You can even
You
say
can
3 different.
Yeah,
still go to pretty rural areas in Florida, and it still feels kind of like old time Florida, but it's just not the majority of the state anymore.
yeah. Because I heard that the old timers in Florida, they like, man, Florida used to be very different, like in the 50s and 60s before,
Yeah,
you
before
know,
Disney.
yeah, it was so different, and people were like more friendly, people were nicer. Now
One
it's like, no.
one thing that pops in my mind when I think of Florida is old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, you know, Florida. There are different parts of Florida has a different vibe. Definitely, for sure. Especially once you get down to the Miami area, of course.
Yeah,
But
I think
Yeah,
also got
Key
Florida
West
has a
is like the
lot.
Caribbean.
Yeah, there's Key West, there's Miami, there's Tallahassee, there's Tampa Bay, there's Jacksonville, and there's like one other city of Florida
Panama
I can't remember. But
City,
yeah,
People.
yeah, there's like
Orlando.
some Orlando.
Old
Yes, thank
people.
you.
Panama
There's so
City. Yeah,
many. There's so many cities in Florida. It's not just all Miami.
I know
Oh
Florida's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just like
Yeah, some
California
of
is not all LA or SF. You know.
You know
Yeah,
what's
so-
shocking to me? Like Florida's right there, and I've not been to that state enough. I've been to many places in Florida, but I have not been to enough places. Like
like
I
don't go
still
there
have
often.
not been to Miami yet, which
You
is
don't go there often.
I
Yeah,
have
that's what
not
I'm
been to
saying.
Miami yet.
Yeah, that's
I've
how,
only been
That's
to
like
Miami once,
blasphemy
but that
for
was at an
me,
airport.
considering like where I am.
because
So
Miami's like it's like long ways from you. Yeah, I think it takes long. I think it takes as long as it gets from the line to Miami, yeah, so you go from Miami
Miami
to like,
is 75 in south. So I mean, you know,
I mean, it's only like that's like one. Oh, yeah, it's one interstate for you. You can stay in the same interstate, right?
well,
And
no, actually, my interstate is 85. So, like, you know, the thing is that like, in order for me to get to 75, I would either have to go to up north to Atlanta, then get on 75, or I would have to go east up to like a different part of Georgia, and that would take about an hour, and then go 75 south from there, which would be more logical than going up north to Atlanta just to get to 75. Because you know, in Atlanta, Interstate 75 and 85 connect together. See, here's the thing: like 75 is like south. Here's how it works. When it comes to the interstates, 75 is going into Atlanta. It's southeast of Atlanta, but 85 is southwest of Atlanta, and then up north, 85 becomes northeast of Atlanta, and then 75 becomes northwest of Atlanta.
oh wow,
You kind of get it. It's kind of like an X. Like if you were to like put an X on your hand, the upward slope would be 85, and the other slope would be like 75. You would have to look on the map, but
wow,
yeah. But like,
wow.
for example, like I live south of Atlanta, so when I go up to the Atlanta when I go up to the Atlanta city, I'm going south. I'm going north. I'm going northeast. I'm going northeast to get to Atlanta. So like since I'm southwest of Atlanta, I go on 85 north, and I go northeast of Atlanta. Now, if I lived in 75, if I lived on the other side, like way out east of Georgia, I'd probably have to go on 75 north to get to Atlanta, and I would have to go northwest to get to Atlanta since I'd be southeast.
If you want to
You
go to
kinda
like
get it?
yeah, if you want to go to North Carolina from Atlanta, just take 85, and
Yeah.
you'll get.
Yeah.
'Cause I know, because like you get the Charlotte, you get the Durham, you get the Greensboro, you get like all the major
Yeah,
cities in North Carolina.
Durham is where my cousin lives.
Yeah, you get to all the like the major cities, like most major cities in North Carolina, by 85. Like Charlotte, Greensboro, Durham.
Yeah.
I think Raleigh too. I'm not sure who goes to Raleigh.
Yeah, that's my my sig line is actually 75 and 85. The reason I put that is because that's how the interstates connect in Atlanta. That's why I did that on purpose.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, 75 is a long interstate. 75 goes all the way up to Wisconsin, I believe. It goes all the way.
Yeah, 75 is like longer than 85.
It goes all the way up to Wisconsin.
75, it starts going south. It starts at Miami, I think, and it goes all the way up.
Yeah, it goes to like the Midwest, like Wisconsin or Chicago, somewhere in that.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Chicago people move to Atlanta, because it's on this.
In fact, to get to Savannah, Georgia, I have to get on 75. So, like, again, like I said before, like when I leave, to get to Savannah, I have to go further out east first before I get to 75. Like,
Oh yeah.
85 is like 5 to 10 minutes away from my house. But like
Oh,
75 is an hour away if I
Jesus.
so
That's how it is with me, well, 95 with me, because I live like an hour away from I-95. So, but like I used to take US 1 if I'm driving like up and down the East Coast. If I'm like going to get to like New York or Georgia or Florida, I would take like US 1, then take like maybe I-95 or whatever.
I live
But
on 95, so
oh, cool. But yeah, I heard
but
but
yeah,
yeah,
another thing, one more thing, like for me to go west, like the main interstate for us going west or east is I-20.
oh
funny
yeah, I heard about
thing.
I-20. Doesn't it starts on South Carolina, then goes to Texas? Yeah.
Yeah, South Carolina, yeah, I-20 goes to Birmingham, Alabama, it goes to Augusta, Georgia, it goes to actually it goes all the way to Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, so it goes pretty inland, yeah, in Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
But
This is kind of interesting because like where I live, your only option is 95. Like it's hard for me to imagine like driving to get to like a major highway and getting on it
Oh,
because
95 goes
you
through
get on
you?
90. Yeah.
Oh,
Like you would get on 95 and then maybe you'd get somewhere else. But like that's it. Like that's because like you're not really gonna go north. You can't like we can only like kind of go straight south. There isn't really like anywhere else to go.
yeah,
yeah,
because
because
like the highways take longer, but like the interstates will make you get there fast. And see, here's the thing: 95. I've seen 95 before. 75 and 95 are kind of like together
in
when
Miami,
it's
it connects to
yeah,
Miami.
and even in Savannah too, because Savannah is I see 75 and 95 in 16. 16
Oh yeah,
is east and
oh yeah,
west.
16. When I was visiting my aunt last year in Jacksonville, one lady said, "How to get to Atlanta?" And one lady said, "Take 16, get to Atlanta." I was like, "Oh wow."
Well, 16 doesn't go through Atlanta, but like if you're like down south, you would probably take 16, then go east or west, then go to 75 north, and then from 75 north you get to Atlanta from there. Because I-20 goes through Atlanta. Now 24 east and west, I think that's like Tennessee or something.
Oh
So
yeah, you say he was there last summer, right?
yeah, Memphis, yes, that was 24. I know 24 goes through Tennessee for
Yeah, but
sure.
I-95, it goes to like every mission in the East Coast goes to I-95, like New York, Philly,
Yeah, because see, like when
Boston.
it comes to the country, like north and south is like 95, 85, 75, 65, 65, 45, etc. But
55,
then when it comes to like the east west, it's like 20,
10,
16, 24, 10.
10,
Oh yeah,
90.
10. Hey, Nerdy, I know you got to know 10, right? You know
Yeah,
10. That's LA.
yeah, it's I-10.
Probably.
Yeah, I-10 goes to LA from Jacksonville to LA, I think. Jacksonville, Florida, LA. So it's like a long East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
So you get
We
to
don't really,
Florida.
we don't really get on that many interstates when we go on because we don't really go that far. The only farthest I've gone to, by car is like Nevada.
Why don't you take like what? Yeah, what interstate saying? Oh, don't you got I-5 in California? Like I-5.
I think so. I'm not more familiar with that, but I think we do. I
Oh
could check.
yeah,
I could look it up though, because like I said, I'm not really. I don't pay attention to the interstates or anything like that because I'm not the driver. But yeah, I could look those up though.
yeah. Because I heard I-5 was like I-5 was like the West Coast version of I-95 in the East Coast. I-5.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
think it's so like when it comes to the north and the south, it goes from 5, 15, 25, 35, 45 up till 95, I guess.
yeah, yeah. You kind of right about that.
Yeah, the vertical ones go by that, while the horizontal ones go by at 0.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
In
but
Colorado,
Al, aren't you by I-90?
it goes from north to south, while I-70 goes from east to west.
I
Al,
never realized that.
aren't you by I-90, like Interstate 90?
No.
Oh yeah, that's not because I heard it starts in Boston, and ends in like
I
Seattle.
thought she said 95 north and south.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it might, but like I usually probably wouldn't take it.
Oh yeah, because I-90, so that's the longest interstate in the country. That goes from Boston all the way to Seattle. That's like it's like a 3,000 mile interstate. I
Yeah.
saw some like on YouTube drove the whole route too on YouTube.
Hmm.
Oh, and
Yeah, it's
also,
probably nothing I would have ever taken. So.
oh, and y'all don't forget the bypass either. And why I mean, the interstate bypass. And what I mean by this is like, you know how like, for example, like in Atlanta, you got 285, and what 285 is, it goes in a circle around the Atlanta area, and it's called 285 because like 85 is connected to it. Like, and then you got 985, which is like further up north of that. Like, go, I'm not quite sure, but to,
Yeah.
and then when it comes to like 16, I think it's Savannah. Let me see. Um, let me see. Yeah, 516. Like in Savannah, Georgia, you got 516 going around 16. So
Mm.
yeah. So how
Oh.
about you?
For me, I mean,
You understand what I mean by that? Like, you know, like 285 is goes around. Is
yeah. Oh wow, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, Atlanta has a lot of interstates. Well, goodness, no wonder people are moving to that city. It's so many interstates, ways to get there from different ways from different parts of the country.
yeah, that's why you got 285 going around, because if there is no 285, then we would be screwed. It would be chaos. So
Oh yeah, because I hear a lot of people saying it's traffic in that city, in the city.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, because I live in the country, I may take like US one to get to like I-95 if I want to go like north. Like
Yeah.
US. Do you have US one by your area?
Oh, US one. No.
Mr. Al?
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the highway one.
Yeah, it goes all the way up to like.
No, 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 no. Ours is ours. Okay, it's kind of weird because like, okay, because you got the like highways from your own state, and then you got the like actual U.S. highways that go through different states.
Yeah, yeah,
Our main one is 29,
yeah.
and then once again, that's also on my signal line too. You've seen that before.
Oh
If
yeah,
you,
but oh yeah, Al, you still there? Okay, guess not because US one goes all the way from like US one it's even longer than I-95. It goes all the way from like
oh,
Canada.
have you seen US 41 before?
I heard about that.
41. That's a
Yeah.
big one too. I've been on that one. That one's actually right near my school.
Oh yeah, and there's one, and then we had the infamous Route 66 that used to exist. It goes from
Yeah,
Chicago.
66 is not around anymore.
It used to go from Chicago to LA. It was
Yeah, that was like the longest one.
yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of it's a lot of like US routes. You have US. There's another one in my state called US 421. That's another big one.
Oh, that's a big number.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of US routes. And we also got Interstate 40 that goes from here to California. It goes from like Wilmington, North Carolina.
40's got to be like another east-west, right?
Yeah, it goes from Wilmington, North Carolina to like somewhere in California. So like I could take Interstate 40 to get to like California if I was driving cross country.
Yeah.
Nerdy. Yeah. Yeah, but there's an interstate that goes from North Carolina to California called 40, Interstate 40.
I'll also, like I said again, I'm not familiar with all those.
But it doesn't go to San
highways,
Diego.
but I'll definitely look. I'll definitely look at map.
It does go to San Diego, but I think it ends in like San Bernardino, something like that, like somewhere in the valley. That's where, yeah. So it's not the east west. And Captain mentioned 70. Captain,
Yeah.
yeah, I-70. That's like the only east west highway that isn't ends in California, ends in Utah, I believe, right?
I think it's I-80 that ends in a. No, I-70 only goes over to Utah. It's I-80 that goes to California.
Yeah, that's like the only east west that doesn't end there because like I-10, I-90, I-80, they all end in like in the Pacific West Coast, but like 70. It ends in Utah. It's kind of interesting that I had to work out. But it starts off in Baltimore, though. It starts off in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think I
Hey,
70 starts
Al,
in.
Yeah.
have you heard of 93, Interstate
No.
93?
I mean, I'm really bad with numbers, so if like remembering the number.
I mean, because I'm looking up Boston, at least the Boston area, and I'm seeing like 93, 95, and 90 are the major ones. So, like,
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't really go west is the thing. I'm typically, because I live like north of Boston, so I'm typically gonna take 95 down and back and maybe through Maine. And
okay,
295 cuts through Maine.
295.
Oh yeah, Al. Oh yeah, but aren't you by US one? There's a US one.
Yeah. Yup, really close to one.
Because yeah, US
Yeah,
one goes all the way to I think goes over to like Canada. It goes all the way to like Quebec, and then it's in like the Four Keys.
yeah, I know it kind of changes at some point in Maine. I know it goes through like Caribou, Maine, which is where the dragons are, way up north.
Yeah,
But
it goes all the way
yeah,
from there.
typically
Yeah.
through like down here, it's definitely like it was always like the tourist road, if that makes sense. And even though now there is 95 from back when there's not, there still are, like all these stores and it's like all these seafood restaurants and it still exists, just lines Route 1.
Wow,
First-
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
And
does how
especially
does
you'll see
how
the
does
funny
New England
landmarks.
how does New England chowder taste like?
It just kind of tastes like it's kind of like thick and creamy and it kind of tastes like potatoes.
Is it better than Progresso, like the one you get in the
Yeah.
can?
Yeah. I mean, it depends because you could go to some crappy restaurant and they could serve you free from Progresso. I mean, but when it's good when it's good. It's just if it's been sitting a long time or something like that, or sometimes it's like too rich that it's kind of gross.
Do you guys eat bagels in Boston?
We do, but I don't know if they're bigger than anywhere else, if that makes
'Cause I
sense.
know
I think they're
bagels is
biggest
like
in New York, probably because
I know
with the
New
Jewish
York.
population there.
Yeah, I mean there are some good bagel places, but I
I
just
know
don't
New York.
think it's any bigger of a deal here. It's really donuts here.
Oh, that makes sense. Is it Maine known for whoopie pies?
Yes. Yeah, Maine. It's all about and you can get them south a little bit too. They're harder to find though than they used to be. Like it used to be, you'd see them everywhere, and I really don't so much anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, Wayne got whoopie pies. Boston got the Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. I know, and Philly. Well, Rainbow is that. I know. I think New York. New York desserts is like what's the New York?
Why I was like,
Cheesecake.
why
New York
did wait,
is
why
cheesecake.
I was gonna say why did Rainbow leave? Because I was gonna eventually ask her if they had like a 7-Eleven, a Yum Yum Donuts, Sunny, all of that.
Hey, y'all, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh yeah. Another thing Boston known for cream pie. Do you eat that Boston
Cream pie. You don't really see it that often, actually. There's like that one iconic place in Boston at the Omni Parker House, but it's like it's really rare for you to see it like at a restaurant.
Oh, I heard that's pretty good though. I want to try it.
It is
Like,
pretty good. I tried making one kind of recently, like not like recently, but like last winter. It was okay. But like I would say ice cream is like just huge here because it's just like in the summer, like on every corner there's like an ice cream stand.
Oh yeah, because I know like in New York it's cheesecake down there. Like cheesecake is huge in New York. Like cheesecake. Because there's a place in Brooklyn called Junior's that they have like some of the
there's
best.
one at Foxwoods.
Yeah.
The Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut.
Yeah, cheesecake. Yeah, oh man.
Anything with apples is like a huge deal.
Yeah.
There's so many apples.
And I know where Rainbow is at, it's like I know Rainbow, her area has tasty cakes. That's a big snack, like, down there.
I also,
And
Yeah, I've
I
never
also
had
remember because I lived in Maine before the
Oh, you
blueberries
lived
from
in
there.
Maine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
I
I was
know.
very
It's
little.
so funny. Ah, what part of Maine?
Brunswick.
Oh, Brunswick. Okay, it's like outside Portland. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff will be like they just put blueberries like so randomly and everything. Like they put it in desserts, put it in coffee.
oh yeah.
I
Oh
mean, like, I don't
man,
mind blueberries, but they're kind of overrated.
yeah. And where I live, yeah, the big dessert where the big like we eat is like, I mean, of course, being that of course, sweet potato pie, pumpkin. I mean, not pumpkin, well, pumpkin pie,
We
yeah.
don't have sweet potato pie here.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah,
I
yeah.
like
That's
it
definitely
though.
a certain thing. Sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, pecan pie is kind of big. It's not really as big as it used to be. Pecan pie. Uh, um, yeah. What else? I can't think of. I mean, I know it's pecan pie. Yeah, pecan pie. Yeah. I mean, so it's like a lot
A
of
lot of
pies.
people here have pecan pie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, wow. Because like when I hear people talk about pecan pie, it's always like only in the South people eat that. Like,
No, I think it's like a pretty big staple. You want to know something that is kind of a French Canadian staple is it's called sugar pie. And it's
oh,
basically pecan pie without the pecans. That's
oh
what they
yeah.
eat.
Oh yeah, another dessert we eat here. I mean, it's not kind of everywhere. It's pretty much everywhere, but like banana pudding is like huge here.
Oh, I've never like had that.
Oh yeah, MQG probably could tell you about that because yeah, like people like in the black community love banana pudding, man. Oh my
Hmm.
god, yeah,
Yeah,
banana
I've
pudding. That's
never
a
had
big
that before.
thing here. Yeah, our food scene is kind of we don't have really how much of a food scene here, but we do like barbecue. Barbecue.
Yeah, there's a very good barbecue here.
I mean, you know. Like every state has their own barbecue. Like the South and Midwest is like pretty big on barbecue. Like
Yeah,
here
I've
we
heard
have
that.
We'll
Yeah,
try.
I know that Texas is especially known for barbecue, both from the southern and the Hispanic
yeah,
types.
yeah. Like if you yeah. So if you like barbecue, then this would be a good state for you because yeah, people love their barbecue here. Yeah. Do you guys is fried chicken big in like New England?
No, not at all. Not at
Oh
all.
dang.
Okay, my cousin from Tennessee, when she brought her boyfriend here, because he's just that's like all he eats is chicken. He was just like, "Y'all got no chicken here? I want chicken." The whole time, because
Oh yeah.
there's like one place at the mall you can get chicken.
Oh dang! Not even like the. I mean, at least you guys got KFC or something like that, right? The fast food
Yeah, we have KFC, but no good
Popeye.
places.
Yeah, like I know New York had their own chicken joints. They had like chicken joints in New York, like they had the chicken joints, but like but if you want, yeah, but you gotta go like further south. One get some like really good like homemade chicken fried restaurants, good like homemade
Yep.
like fried chicken.
Yeah, that does
Yeah,
not exist.
like yeah. Once you
Hi,
gotta get
I'm back. I left because I'm sick of hearing people talk about how like the end of the world is coming and shit. I'm sick of the negativity. I'm really sick of the
uh,
negativity. I need to see more positivity find its way into the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
By
We were
by
talking about
just
all good.
by
It's all good,
moping about
Jackie.
by moping about the negativity, like how awful the president is and everything else, you're just I just feel like you're just falling into their trap. You're not allowing any kind of solution to find its way out. They're like people really do not realize that so much of what kept the United States and really the world able to progress and stay strong was that there was this lack of worry and just more of more
It
of
was
a
more
faith
optimism.
for, yeah,
It was
optimistic. And now
I know.
it's just gone now. Everybody is so thin-skinned no matter what side they're from. Nobody has the freedom to say what they want. They're just expected to follow convention. And I'm horrified that Google Mail, when you're writing a message, it's like trying to complete your sentences for you. Like, what on earth is with that? Do we really need to take convenience that far? You're robbing impressionable people of their ability to complete their own thoughts. That is terrifying to me. It isn't the same as just correcting spelling or grammar, which is understandable and a lot of people miss. Like telling them, "Oh, this is exactly the thought you're going to say." Like, oh my god, like this terrifies me. It's a very recent development, and it's awful.
Oh well,
we
don't worry.
really need to we need to reaffirm our individuality and our will to just be happy with life.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, we pretty much moved on from it. But like we was talking about like
we've been talking about food. I mean, I haven't been talking much, but we've been talking about food. Like we've been talking about restaurants. I was gonna ask some of you guys. Do you have like a basket?
I know I kind of exited kind of rudely when.
Don't feel bad, Jacqueline. I mean, when it comes to politics, especially even religion, there tends to be a lot of negativity around that, and that's why a lot of people don't talk about it.
I'm just particularly sick of the pessimism, because the pessimism is so toxic. People do not realize how toxic it is. They just gobble it all up. They think that the only solution to any of their problem is to fight back. They feel like they have the way. It doesn't matter. And it's like nobody wants to give. Just forget all of it. Just try and see some form of unity or some common ground, or just don't worry if you're like accused or attacked or anything. Just try to spread a bit of happiness. Like nobody's willing to do that anymore.
Yeah.
They have to have the courage to not worry about all this good versus evil bullshit.
Yeah.
Hopefully that, and about that, I really hope that changes within the next decade, because I'm pretty sure the 2020s is not going to be a second incarnation of this decade for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. By the way, Mario, since you're from New York, I know that a chicken parmesan originated in New York.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, yeah. I actually did not know that.
It's pretty big around here.
Oh, wow.
Chicken
parmesan. Yeah.
Have you ever had any good chicken parmesan from there?
I actually never tried. Actually, I don't think I ever tried it in New York. Actually, I mean, because I'm used to eating. Yeah. But like, yeah. I mean, I know New York, because we have our own unique way of making fried chicken though. Like, because it's like our own unique way. Like instead of like how people like deep frying it, like most people do, we make it. We kind of fry it, but not really. Yeah, but like yeah, but it is interesting how New York has such a big food scene, like because there's so much culture in there. It's like the food scene in New York is like really big.
I was gonna ask Mario, from our last stream, do you know if there's a Baskin and Robbins in New York anywhere?
Oh yeah, it's definitely New York, but not so much North Carolina.
How about you, Ali? Is there a Baskin and Robbins in Boston?
There is not. There might be like in downtown Boston. Actually, I was really surprised outside Fenway Park there's a Popeyes.
What about Maine?
No, there's no Baskin. Maine is probably one of the states with the fewest chains. You have some chains like in Portland, but there's hardly any. Just Walmart.
Didn't Ben and Jerry's originate from Vermont though?
Yeah, it did. There are a few Ben and Jerry's. There's one in LLB. There might be one in Boston, but you would think there'd be a lot more than there are. There really are.
Oh wow.
How about Cold Stone for you all? Is there a Cold Stone in your area?
There is a Cold Stone at the mall.
Yeah, there's a Cold Stone in like 20 minutes from where I live.
Is there a Cold Stone where you are, Captain?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wow, so Cold Stone's pretty much Oh, nationwide. I didn't realize
Okay,
that.
that's all. I just wanted to know because, like I said, for the stream that Mario and I had like last time, we were talking about so many like food chains of what's nationwide and what's only like state or local wide, and we were talking about like how some ice cream places are like only local or statewide or that, and then some restaurants, some fast food restaurants are like only state or like local, while some are like nationwide. Like of course McDonald's is nationwide, while some others like Jack in the Box or even In and Out, they're pretty much either local or like statewide only.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is interesting. Do you guys does oh yeah, but this is pretty much a region wide here. Like Waffle House, that's like only in the southeastern states.
Waffle
Only
House.
that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
that's only like
Waffle House here.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
only in the southeastern states. I know IHOP is pretty nationwide though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
a
definitely.
Pretty much every
IHOP definitely nationwide.
I know. Yeah, it's called America's favorite pancakes for a reason. America's. I know. Those
Wasn't
guys
it
got
so?
open.
Wasn't they trying to change their name like a few months ago? Call it like IHOB or something. And
Apparently, it was
to,
an
like,
April Fool's joke.
yeah, it was supposed to be like called the International House of Burgers.
It was to be breakfast, actually.
Oh, breakfast. Yeah, breakfast. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh
I
yeah.
did hear about that.
Oh yeah. Don't you guys and does Boston have a Golden Corral?
Golden Girl. Yeah, there's some in Mass, and then there's one I think like Sanford, Maine, but it's not really like a big deal.
Oh yeah, it's bigger here. It's a bigger deal in like in once you cross the Mason Dixon line, it's more common. Cause yeah, you don't really hear people up north talk about Golden Corral, like people in southeastern states. Like I know, like I know, like there's like Virginia, Carolinas, like they're huge and they're like huge.
Yeah, in
Like
Florida, that's a big deal.
yeah. What about do you guys have Old Country Buffet?
No.
Oh, there. I went to one in I went to one in upstate New York and I went to one in Delaware. But I'm
They
not
may
sure.
be scattered, but it's not like it's not like Applebee's where there's like one in every town.
Yeah. Don't you guys have? Doesn't Boston Market originate in your town?
Yeah, it's yeah. Ours
Uh,
actually closed. The one close to my house actually closed.
yeah, Boston Market. Yeah, it's yeah. I like that place. I like the chicken, the rotisserie chicken. Oh, there's like I'm not sure it's like nationwide because or
I
just
have
the
no
East
idea.
Coast or just the East Coast thing because I don't really hear too many people like outside the East Coast talk about it. Like I know it was like everywhere, like NYC. There's like one in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm not sure it's like nationwide or not.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
was gonna say.
Panera is huge here.
Oh, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And
Do any of you have an Arby's?
I do.
There's
Well,
Yeah.
you said you said you had an Arby's, Mario. Do you have an Arby's in Boston, Ellie?
the only one I can think of is from a little bit north of Brunswick, Maine. I can't even think of any in Mass.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
we could. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's probably some as you kind of get in some of like the dingier suburbs and like southern, south of Boston. But I think there's one like right outside north of Boston, like north of the airport. But they're definitely not like everywhere like McDonald's.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we have here in San Diego, Jacqueline and I, we actually used to have a lot of Arby's back then, but for some typical reason, I guess I'm not sure if they went bankrupt over time or somewhat, or maybe they just
Maybe.
a lot of business. But we don't really see them anymore as we used to now. I've over the last 5 or 10 years or so, I've only seen about 1 or 2 so far, pretty much.
yeah,
Did-
but
I'm starting to see a lot less Subways.
Yeah.
really,
In your area?
Yeah, a lot of them are closing down. I mean,
well,
they're getting a lot more tougher competition now, and Jared
Oh.
Fogle being a pedophile,
yeah,
yeah.
that was
Really?
pretty sad though, because Jared Fogle was kind of an inspiration to a lot of our obese people. Oh
Yep.
my god.
Also,
Yeah,
Ellie,
because
Yeah.
here,
you guys have
over here we see a lot of over here. There's like a lot of subways from everywhere, like from downtown to some of my other cities everywhere. There's like one everywhere.
Yeah,
you guys have
Captain.
Five Guys near you yet, Al?
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
thing we
there's like some in every town now.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
don't you guys have I'm not sure this is around in let me see. I forgot what I was there. Oh, don't you guys have a Sonic in like in New England area? The New England,
There's one like right outside the Boston airport.
because I heard Sonic's not reaching like the northern states now. Because I know like my sister in New York says they got Sonic up there. I'm like Sonic, because I always thought Sonic was like only a Carolina thing, but I was like, it's like different states now getting it.
Yeah, a lot of people like it up here. A lot of people. I mean, there are people that I know they'll go drive like an hour to go to the Sonic.
Oh, oh, nice. Wow,
We
that's
get it. We get all
cool.
the ads and everything. We've actually just started getting more DQs, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, Dairy
Wait,
Queen.
wait, DQ's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another store or restaurant that we have here too. But that's actually one I forgot to mention. Thank you for that. But we have those here too.
Oh yeah, I don't think you mentioned it to me in the last stream already about
Yeah,
DQ.
yeah. Because I kind of forgot about there was because I do know there's a DQ. But do you have that there in North Carolina, Mario?
Oh yes, we have one like 10 minutes, 5 minutes from where I live, 5 minutes from my house. Well, actually, there's one right down the road from where I live. Like they just built one just last year, like right down the road from where I live at. So yeah, like DQ is big here. Like I don't go there as much as I used to, but I love DQ ice cream. Like I get that cookie dough, Blizzard a
Oh,
lot.
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Do you guys have man? So you guys DQ in California? I didn't know that. I thought DQ was like.
Yeah, because
I,
I've seen some commercials before, so of course we should have them somewhere.
what about Friendlies? Do you guys have that?
Oh
You
yeah,
guys-
we've got the friendlies mainstay.
I don't think we might, but I'm not sure of this exactly.
There's only like one left, though.
Really?
Like I mean, close by that I'm aware of. I'm sure they're hidden, but
Because I know there's one. I know there was. I remember seeing one in New York. I seen some in Delaware. I seen some. I don't think I seen anything in North Carolina. I'm not sure. I seen Jersey have one some. So yeah. So I think Friendly's like an East Coast thing mostly.
yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain, is there an Arby's and a Sonic in your area?
Yeah, both of them.
How about the one that
By the
Mario
way,
just
guys,
mentioned?
5 more minutes.
What
So
about
go
White
on.
Castle?
White Castle. Oh, I missed
Oh
that.
yeah. We don't have that here, but we have it, and there's one in LA though.
I miss White
I haven't
Castle.
seen.
Oh yeah, there actually was a movie about White Castle. I'm not sure you guys.
Harold and
How
Kumar. White-
That movie was such a stoner comedy. Oh man.
How about Jack in the Box? What about do you have a Jack in the Box in your area, Ali?
No way, not at all.
Oh, no Jack in the Box. How about you, Captain? Is there a Jack in the Box in Aurora, Colorado?
There's some in Colorado.
Because I actually had no clue up until I think of several years ago that Jack in the Box was mainly San Diego or California thing. So yeah, it
There's
kind of
one
blew
in-
my mind. I thought it was nationwide.
There's one in my area. Like there's like 20 minutes from where I live. So,
How about
yeah.
rallies? How about rallies? You said there was a rallies in your area, right? Right, Mario?
Yeah, they call it checkers. Yeah.
Oh, they call it checkers. How about you? You two, Ali and Captain. Do you have rallies in your other areas?
No checkers. There's really a lot less chains here. It tends to be a lot of like local chains instead.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
how about
really?
you,
I haven't
Captain?
seen the checkers where I live.
Oh, it's called
I've only
checkers
seen
where
it
you
in
live.
Florida.
I mean, there might be, but I haven't noticed. Like,
How
they might
about
be.
Oh, sorry. How about Del Taco?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a Del Taco? How about you, Ali? You have a Del Taco in your area?
Nope.
Oh dang, none in my area either. So,
Oh yeah,
man,
You told me, that you told me, Mario, that you didn't have a Del Taco either. Oh, cause that it's a I don't really in where I live we don't really see that many. I've only seen like one or two so far, so I'm not sure if it's like local or nationwide or anything like that. And then there's another one that I also mentioned, and Mario had told me that he didn't have any. But do you guys have El Pollo Locos?
No, we
I
don't
have
have those
seen
here.
it.
Oh, you don't have El Pollo Loco either? Damn, I'm like, it must be local then.
I thought at least for Colorado would have it because Colorado is like in the western part of the country.
Yeah,
I've seen that, but it could be a different one.
All right,
And then,
how about Taco Bell?
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think every state has one.
Taco Bell's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I think
So
I
every
is,
am
state.
noticing a theme.
so is Burger King, right? Is Burger King nationwide?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Burger
I
King.
think that there tends to be a lot of these like they're East Coast or they're West Coast.
Yeah, In-N-Out is West
Yeah, like
Coast.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
Yeah, and now is like it's mainly like West, so you might not find it anywhere else, but we do have some good stuff though, that's for sure.
Five Guys is East. I know, like, I mean, even though Starbucks is everywhere, I know Starbucks is mainly popular in like the West Coast, like Seattle, for example. They have one every corner.
It's gotten popular here.
Yeah, and like,
No, it's kind of popular everywhere.
because I have a friend in Seattle. He says there's Starbucks literally every corner of Seattle. I'm like, wow, that's insane.
Do you all have an AM PM? It's kind of like it's kind of like 7-Eleven in a way, but it also has its own food. Do any of you have an AM PM?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man. So yeah, wow. But like chains we have in my area, it's like we got local chains we have in my area is like Cookout, which is a good burger joint. We got Bojangles, which is like chicken joint. We have what else? Yeah, what else? We got Moe's, which is like our own little Mexican joint. So we got a few.
You have
We got
you have a lot of local stores.
yeah, we got a few chains here, but yeah, I'm not sure. What are your local chains, Al? Like, what's some chains I like? New England.
There's one called Honeydew Donuts that's kind of like a Dunkin' Donuts competitor. Weather Vane is like a big like seafood restaurant. Aroma Joe's is getting pretty big. That's another like Starbucks kind of like coffee one. It's like huge, like they do like the flavored iced coffees. What else? I mean, there was a
By the way,
few
I'll
of them,
have to
but they
end
all
the stream
went
right here.
out.
Okay.